From Ted Gormley Stadium in New Orleans, WHNO Sports and DW Productions are proud to bring you the first NBC Bank Prep Showcase. Today, we wrap up our football coverage for the season with a District 9 5A game between the Archbishop Rummel Raiders and the Brother Martin Crusaders. And a pleasant good afternoon on a pleasant afternoon, sunny and beautiful in City Park, New Orleans. Ken Trahan of SportsNola.com, SportsNola TV, with the coach, Mark Sanji. And what a way to conclude our coverage for this football season as the top-ranked Rummel Raiders battle the always tough Brother Martin Crusaders. Well, what's on the line here today? Mark, very simply this. For Brother Martin, they must win to have a chance to make the playoffs.
Absolutely. They can squeak in with a victory. It's a tall order, nonetheless, but they can squeak in with a victory. And
for the Rummel Raiders, it's very simple. A win today, and they have what they are looking for, the top seed in the 5A playoffs.
That's where you want to be seeded. To start the playoffs, you get a weaker seed and open at home, and that's a way to start your playoffs for sure.
When you talk about the Rummel Raiders, there are many great players you could speak of because they're a terrific team, but you have to start with the four-year starter at quarterback, the senior, as good a two-way quarterback as there is in Louisiana, number 8, Damian Williams.
Boy, he showed us some special things last week, as he's done all year long. He's healthy, a great player, can throw it, and really ran it very well last week, controls that offense. You're going to see a lot of that today from Damian Williams.
You're a natural leader, a very mild-mannered, good kid, and a good kid as well as Jabbar Singleton, a two-sport star, underrated, over 1,000 yards rushing. He is Brother Martin's chance in this game.
They have him listed as athlete, and he can do just about everything. He carries the ball. He can throw it a little bit. He's very shifty, very powerful runner. We're going to see a lot of great things out of him today as well.
Let's take a look at today's Keys to Victory, brought to you by Rhino Shield of Louisiana. First for the Brother Martin Crusaders. Well, first for the Rummel Raiders. Let's start with Rummel. Play to your ability. And basically, Mark, they are the better side if they play to their ability.
Exactly. They need to play to their own level, not to the level of their opponent. They're loaded all over the place. Very talented football team, very well coached. They need to play their game.
Obviously, if they want to have success defensively, they must control Jabbar Singleton.
Without a doubt, he's the one that can really pop on you. He's an exceptional back. They need to make the short tackle. They need to key on him the entire football game to take him out.
Eyes on the prize, the number 1 seed at stake. Got to be aware.
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of keep your focus on what's going on. Playoffs start next week, not tonight, next week.
And for Brother Martin, the keys, well, they're very simple because the Crusaders have had recent success against Rummel, winning 3 of the last 5 meetings.
They have, and I don't think there are too many other programs in Louisiana that can say they've won 3 out of the last 5 against Rummel, so they've got to build on that.
If Brother Martin wants to win, they must play keep away and keep the ball away from Rummel.
Well, and again, keeping Damian Williams and that Rummel offense off the field, you've got to play some good defense, but you've got to play some very good offense if you probably want.
And they'll need near perfection. Brother Martin simply cannot make any mistakes.
No, mistakes will kill you. This team, we saw them make some mistakes last week, and they were able to overcome them. You certainly don't want to give them anything to go on.
9-5A matchup and a good one here at Ted Gormley Stadium this afternoon. The Rummel Raiders and the Brother Martin Crusaders. When we return in just a moment, Danny Ream has the Coaches Corner with Coaches J. Roth and a very good man as well in Mark Bonise. Back in just a moment on the first NBC Prep Football Showcase here on WHNO Channel 20.
Welcome back. This is the first NBC Bank Coaches Corner with Mark Bonise of Brother Martin High School and Jay Roth of Archbishop Rummel. Coach Roth, starting with you, keeping the momentum. Welcome back. This is the first NBC Bank Coach's Corner with Mark Bonise of Brother Martin High School and Jay Roth of Archbishop Rummel. Coach Roth, starting with you, keeping the momentum going. That was a huge win for you last week over the Jesuit Blue Jays. Talk about keeping that going here today against Brother Martin.
It's got me quite concerned. You know, you play a big game, a game that we had a lot riding on, a big rivalry, and then you come back against another rival. And it's the last game of the season, so we've pounded them constantly this week. How we have to be focused. We're facing a good football team, a Catholic League rival.
You've got a chance to be undefeated district champions. How important is that to the program?
Well, I guess we don't want to share it, like anybody, but it's happening. I know Brother Martin beat us a couple years ago. They beat Jesuit by 1 point a couple years ago, and Jesuit was undefeated. They beat us a couple years ago, and we were undefeated. So it's happened before, and it's been Brother Martin that's done it.
All right, and Coach Bonise from Brother Martin, you've got a chance of getting the playoffs today.
Sure.
A lot happened last night. You're right in the mix. Talk about your approach today with your team.
You know, not really looking at that right now, honestly. I'm just trying to stay focused, trying to do everything we normally do, getting prepared for a football game. You know, that's the big thing we're saying. Ultimately, things will take care of themselves. In
the rivalry with Rummel, it's really been outstanding. You guys have played some great football against each other. Talk about what this means to you, your program, getting to play against such a quality opponent.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You know, look at them this year again. They're going to be district champions. Usually in the past, it's the district championship rolls through Rummel. So we're excited about this opportunity. That's what it is for us.
All right, thank you very much. That's the head coaches of these two great programs. We will be back with today's opening kickoff here in the First NBC Bank Prep Showcase.
DC color guard. Retired, and Chief Petty Officer Terry L. Case in the United States Navy retired. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. God, our Creator, we ask you to bless all who are gathered here this afternoon competition. Please give the athletes great sportsmanship and shield them in today's game. We ask you in a special way to be with the athletes, coaches, managers, physicians, and cheerleaders who have worked their talents for our enjoyment and your glory. We thank you for your gifts and dedication to our school communities. We ask all of this in confidence, mindful of the presence with us today. Through the blood of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 Victoria Jesu. Love you, the heart of Jesus.
Tad Gormley Stadium, Rummel and Brother Martin getting set to do battle. Very familiar face on the field, and that's a pretty nice check that he's turning over right now as well. Tom Benson and his wife Gail, the principal owner of the Saints. With the tails, here's Danny Reed. Danny?
Thanks, Ken. Mr. and Mrs. Tom Benson were honored today before the football game here between the Raiders and the Crusaders. $10 million gift to establish the Brother Nicholas Geisenberg Building Endowment at Brother Martin High School. What an outstanding gift from Mr. and Mrs. Benson. The school is going to rename the student mall in their honor. Mr. Benson is a 1944 graduate of St. Aloysius High School. Outstanding on their part. Ken, back up to you.
No question about it. He has done some wonderful things in this community, and this has been a special week for him. He gave an enormous amount of money to Tulane University on behalf of their football stadium earlier this week, and he's done this for Brother Martin. The weather today, in a word, it's unseasonably warm. That's 2 words. And today's weather brought to you by the Vital Healthcare Group.
Sure beats a week ago, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Yeah, low 80s here and rising, sun shining. We're ready for football, and here's the kickoff by Brother Martin's Mitchell Boudreau, fielded by Andre Tolliver at the 8, upfield to the 10, 15, 20. Tolliver broke the initial pile and gets past the 30 to about the 32-yard line for the Raiders. Today's opening kickoff brought to you by Roser's Fine Dry Cleaning in Kenner on Williams Boulevard. The Rummel offense, Rummel clad in their white road uniforms today, all white look with the red numerals. And Damian Williams leads the way for the Raiders, and he has been special this year. Once he got healthy, forget about it. 49 of 74 passing, 892 yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 picks. That's 66% completions. That's wow.
Wow, yeah.
71 for 374 rushes, 5 touchdowns. He'll line up in the backfield with a fullback Maddox in front of him, so you know he's going to run the ball here unless he throws. And Brother Martin lines up in a 6-man front expecting the run. On 1st and 10, he will run to the right. Damian broke a tackle, cuts back, 35, runs over a tackle, 40, 45, and that's Damian Williams right away, showing you what he can do. Just picks up where he left off
No
last
surprise.
week.
It looks like another play from the script from last week where they're just snapping the ball to him, and he's going with it. He's just a big load to bring down.
So Damian Williams rambles to the 50 and a first down, 19 yards on the carry, and the Rummel Raiders get off to a very good start on their first play. As you might expect, as Jay Roth looks on, shading his eyes on this sunny day. On first down from midfield.
Snap to Williams. No, nice.
He's looking down the middle. There's Ethan Carter, and what a weapon he is. To the 20-yard line, Ethan Carter, big-time Division I player. 30 yards and a first down to the Brother Martin 20. It's textbook stuff.
That's a great setup, too. He started toward the line of scrimmage like he was going to run that draw that they're so famous for right here. And then he's going to step back and pull it back up and fire right down the field. They have 4 vertical routes there against that cover 2 look.
To the 20-yard line and a 1st and 10 for Rummel on the 30-yard completion. Ethan Carter, devastating blocker, terrific receiver. Keith Fulton, the setback. Carter slotted to the right side. They're going to run a counter with Fulton on a cutback. Broke the line of scrimmage, fights forward to about the 15. So Fulton for 5 yards, and it will be 2nd down and 5. Let's take a look at the Archbishop Rummel offensive players to watch, brought to you by the Black and Gold Sports Shop. Keith Fulton, who just got the carry, terrific a week ago, rushed for 140 yards, caught a touchdown pass. Ethan Carter, terrific all the time. Patrick Kleber, just a big-time player, Division I tackle. He'll be playing next year on the collegiate level.
Kleber gets better every week as we watch him.
2nd down and 5 for the Raiders. And Carter taking a look as he slots right, and Williams surveys, ready to go. There goes Damian to about the 12. Pretty good job by the Crusader front there to keep him for a short gain of 3. Here's a 3rd and 2. And let's take a look now at the Brother Martin defensive players to watch, brought to you by Be Quick Nutrition. Kim Solomon, Jacob Parker up top, Joshua Moore in the deep have been good for the Crusaders this year.
As you mentioned, Brother Martin doing a pretty good job up front of stopping that play. Just a counter action with the fullback and the guard pulling, stuffing that at the line of scrimmage and forcing it back inside for the linebackers to go ahead and make that play.
So a conversion down for Rummel, 3rd down and 2 from the Brother Martin 12-yard line. Twin receivers, and Williams, 1st down and more, touchdown. Damian Williams just plowing through a tackler and into the end zone, and the Rummel Raiders get started quickly here this afternoon and lead this one 6-0.
Same play, nothing fancy about it. He came right back to it, and they're going to run it until you stop it, really, and then maybe have a wrinkle off of it, as we saw in the 2nd play of the game with the 4 verticals. Tucking it down nice and neat right there. He's led by his fullback through there, and just some missed tackles, allowing Damian Williams to walk in for that first score of the ball game.
Zach Collette for the extra point, very high, and he got it through there. So a timeout on the field, 9:34 to play first quarter. It is Rummel 7, Brother Martin nothing on the first NBC Prep Football Showcase on WHNO Channel 20. Wednesday nights on WHNO, it's a new series focusing on the world of high school recruiting. Join Ken Berthelot and Renee Nato for Prep Recruiting Insiders. We take an in-depth look at the best prospects in our area Past and present, it's Prep Recruiting Insider, Wednesdays at 6 here on WHNO Sports. Brother Martin returning the bouncing kickoff outside the 20. They'll get it up to about the 25-yard line, and that's where the Crusaders will go on offense for the first time here at the city. Josh Franklin of the Raiders, a good one, but the Brother Martin offense might be Brett Bonifons, might be a direct snap to Jabbar Singleton. We'll see. It's going to be Bonifons under center, so Stephen Bonifons, of course. Stephen under center will take the first snap at quarterback on 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. And Singleton left. Singleton broke a tackle. Singleton gets a first down, and that is their meal ticket. Running left behind the big left tackle. 2 outstanding tackles and an outstanding running back, and that's a good start for the Crusaders offense.
Absolutely. Watch the offensive line right here for Brother Martin opening this hole, and Singleton just running really hard. He's going to do that all game. We've seen him do it week after week.
Singleton with a 10-yard run on 1st down. Gets Brother Martin their first down of the game. I formation this time behind Bonifons. Receivers to either side. Rummel with a standard front. Singleton to the left this time, and he's stacked up. So Singleton for about 2. Terrence Jones was there defensively, along with Dontrell Brennett.
We'll be calling his name
Raiders.
quite a bit today.
We will. Let's take a look at the Brother Martin offensive players to watch. Brought to you by Be Quick Nutrition. Singleton will get the ball all afternoon. William Clapp, Ryan Hofeld, big time Division I tackles.
Rummel
about 2. It's 2nd and 8.
Rummel just sitting in a base 4-3. Cover 4 on the last play. They may end up putting another defensive lineman in there to slow things down with the Crusaders.
And Singleton again. And he broke a tackle again, and another, and he is close to a first down. That's Jabbar Singleton, and that's what he's capable of doing. Running through tackles, he gets it close to a first down, picking up about 7, and it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Runs with an angry attitude there and always falling forward, the Singleton kid.
And let's take a look at the Archbishop Rummel defensive players to watch. Brought to you by the Black and Gold Sports Shops. The Kennedy brothers, terrific. Terrence Jones, that's Mark's guy.
That's it, yep. I'm very high on him. He runs all over the field. They send him from many different angles. Just a really great all-around football player.
On 3rd down and less than a yard, Rummel goes to a 5-man front this time. A slot to the left does Brother Martin. Guess who? And a first down, and more broken on the tackle. Look at Singleton running as hard as you're going to see. He's the best running back in this league, and he has a first down to the Rummel 46-yard line. This is a good start for Brother Martin.
And you can bet he's playing with a whole lot of passion and some pride there. This may be his last football game as a high school player today, provided the outcome is not in their favor. So, just watching him just pile through. He's going to make a lot of yards on his own. Nothing inside there, just bounced it out nice and neat, and still running even though he stepped out of bounds.
Well, he's 192 pounds and he runs all that. He'll take a direct snap here, and he's going to hesitate and run it inside left. This time has nowhere to go. Stacked up by Terrence Jones and Josh Franklin for the Raiders, who got there quickly.
You can't hesitate. Any play that you have designed against this Rummel defense has got to hit directly ahead. There can't be any hesitation at the line of scrimmage, no dancing, because they just run so well all over defense, but especially their linebacker level and deeper. They run so well, they're going to catch up to you. And I think anything slow developing like this right here, it's not going to play well for the Crusaders.
Good job by Herman Thomas as well for Rummel. 2nd down and 10 at the Raiders 46. Stretch play left with Singleton, and he's going to be knocked down at about the 44-yard line this time. Tackled by Demarius Crawford. Lowered his shoulder and drove for the extra yard or 2 and gets about 3. It will be 3rd and 7.
Brother Martin doing the right thing here, really trying to keep the ball on the ground and eat some clock and some yardage at the same time. But they're going to be faced now with a big 3rd and 8. On the stretch play here, Singleton bounces it outside just a little bit. Really nice job of coming up by the Rummel secondary and just laying a pop.
So give him 2 officially, 3rd and 8 at the 44-yard line. Brother Martin doesn't throw it much. This could be the first pass of the game. Bonifons rolling to the right. Looking, still looking. He'll throw, and that is way too tall and incomplete. Nobody really open on the play for the Crusaders. He tried to get it to Andrew Bugval, but the coverage very tight applied by Demarius Crawford.
Without their starting quarterback, Migliori being in, he's not in the game right now and not going to play today. You really have to get the ball out of Bonifons' hands pretty quickly, and sprinting to the wide side of the field is probably the best way to do it. You only have to protect half the line of scrimmage there. But there he was a little off the mark and kind of high. Credit to Rummel secondary for excellent coverage.
Football to punt. Josh Franklin stands at about his 11. This has been a little bit of a problem for Rummel this year. They've muffed 3 punts, including one last week. Rummel with a 10-man front defensively.
Looks like they might come get this one. No, they're not. They're going to back off a bit.
Very high,
Nice.
wobbly spiral. Fair catch called for by Franklin, and he handles this one. But a good punt will pin Rummel back at about their 13-yard line with 5:59 to play first quarter. 7-0 Raiders on the first NBC Prep Football Showcase. With their second possession of the game, starting this time with much worse field position on their 14-yard line. 5:59 to play in the first quarter. Fulton squeezes out about 3 on the play. Tackle for Brother Martin by 32 Christian Bailey.
Well, Brother Martin playing a cover 3 there, trying to get an extra defender into the box, which they're going to need. Rummel's just running that power O-type play for the backside guards, pulling and leading up for the back. They run that so well. That's one of their bread and butter plays that they've been using for the past 18 years, to be honest with you.
Don't know if we're going to see a couple of the Rummel running backs in this game who are injured. We'll talk about that coming up. 2nd down and 7. There'll be a heavy dose of Williams and Fulton here today. Williams in shotgun, will run it here. Has a big hole. Look at Damian go. He could go. Damian Williams running out of gas, and he'll be tackled from behind at the Brother Martin 15. A touchdown-saving tackle. Staying with it was Benton Brown. That's a gigantic play for Damian Williams. The big guy showed some speed, ran out of gas a little bit there in the end.
You know, you almost have to commit this many guys to the run right here. There's a 5-man front, and the linebackers are up nice and tight, and that's all fine and dandy if you can make the play quickly, but if not, there's not too much behind them, and you can see Williams get out into the open field. Good effort by Brown on catching him and saving the touchdown.
Well, he's over 100 yards already, rushing 102 on that 68-yard run to the 15. You know Fulton's getting the ball here. Damian's gassed. It's 1st and 10. There's Fulton running left. We kind of knew it. And look at Fulton run through tackles. There's a late flag.
I think that's going to be a face mask. Looks like a
could
have been from the outside coming in.
It's still face mask on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run.
That was a very good run
First
by
down.
Fulton. I know you were really impressed with him.
Oh, we called his name so often, and he's a good, young, tough running back. And last week had a really nice game as well.
Douglas Daigle, the referee, making the call.
He's been doing this quite a while. See if you can see the face mask coming in. Yep, kind of high on the tackle, and that'll happen from time to time when you're that high trying to bring someone to the ground.
3-yard penalty to the 4. First down and goal for Rummel as a result. And here's Fulton left. Fulton will score easily. Touchdown, Rummel. And the Raiders, well, they're number 1 for a reason. They're really good, and they are kind of making it look easy thus far offensively.
Talented and well coached, and when you can't keep these guys off the field, that's what's going to happen. It's just really tough. They're a very talented football team, and then, like I said, very well coached, and not too hard for him to get to the corner right here. Nice turn-up block. But kind of walks in right here. Going to make it 14-0 here. Still very early in the first.
Zach Collette out of the hold of Jordan Namey. Hits it very high and hits it very true. So with 4:20 to play in the first quarter, it's now Rummel 14 and Brother Martin nothing. Today's game is brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating, your local paint store with 6 locations in Southeast Louisiana. Let Helm's home team steer you in the right direction. Thanks to Joey Helm and Helm Paint.
Well, you know, we're looking at what we expected out of Rummel's offense. Brother Martin had a little bit of success early on offense, moving the chains a bit. But when it's a one-man show and you've got to carry Singleton that many times, and you know there are 11 sets of eyes on Singleton the entire time, it makes it a little bit easy to get to the football. But that Brother Martin offensive front, you know, look for them to continue to to play well up front. They're doing an okay job right now, but as the game goes on, these guys get better even more up front.
Rummel driving 4 plays, 86 yards, 1:39 off the clock. Keith Fulton a 4-yard touchdown. Paulette's kickoff, pretty good, but Bryce Johnston will have a chance from his 2. Bryce looking for a block, shook 1 tackle. He's going to be taken down at about the 20, maybe the 21-yard line. As a result, then Brother Martin will get the ball for the second time in the game, trailing 14-0 with 4:12 to play here in the first quarter. As the Crusaders head back to the field offensively. For all the latest news on high school, college, and pro sports in Louisiana, be sure to visit SportsNola.com. SportsNola features a team of area writers offering unique opinions. Plus, catch all our first NBC video updates. It's all at SportsNola.com. You want prep? We've got it. Here's truly Ed Daniels, Bill Baumgartner, Hugh Young, Emmanuel Peppis, Lenny Van Gilder, and on and on. 1st and 10, Brother Martin at their 22-yard line.
Brother Martin in an unbalanced set here to the short side of the field, and another dose of Singleton right through the A gap there for a pickup of a few.
He took a big pop from a really good player, the Rummel captain and leading tackler Michael Kennedy, the inside linebacker, stood him up. And a short gain of a couple of yards, still untangling big bodies down there. And I do mean big bodies. Yeah. I see Stanley Franklin down there for Rummel. He's about 280. Yeah. I see Clapp down there. He's even bigger. That's some big people. As Michael Kennedy, the leading tackler for Rummel on the year. 57 tackles for the Raiders.
57 tackles, and he runs so well. Also leads that defense, as you mentioned. Now in a 4-man front with the linebackers up kind of tight here.
2nd and 7. Singleton left hand in the backfield and blown up by Matthew Kennedy. That's the other brother we highlighted, who's a really good player and a junior. Moved to defensive line this year and 5'11", 225, and he just beat the block and takes down Singleton for a yard loss.
Well, get used to hearing that Kennedy name today, because we're going to be calling it about 2 of them right now. The 5'11", 225-pound junior. Looks like he's bigger than that. Nowhere to go here for Singleton as Kennedy steps right into the hole, playing that defense as well as anyone.
These are the downs Brother Martin doesn't like. 3rd and 8. Rolling left, Bonifant steps up, throws outside, and incomplete. The coverage was very good, and Bonifant's kind of slipped as he delivered the ball, but really nowhere to throw that ball.
No, and they're sprinting him out, which is the way they need to do it. Looks like he got shaken up a little bit right there. They're going to have to punt it, but you know, sprint to the side so you don't have to worry about protecting the other side too much. Gives him a little bit of time to see his receiver come open, and just didn't have enough on it right there. Plus got a little bit of pressure in his face.
Bookvault to punt it. Franklin standing at about his 40-yard line. A fair catch the first time. Again, Rummel with a 10-man front defensively. Give the indication they want to come after it.
And they are right here.
They do this time, but he got it off. Good job and a nice punt by Bookvault. Fair catch call for Franklin. He's got it at his 41.
Really good job of fair catching that ball, out there. I think if you just catch it, you really gain your chances of succeeding. Not trying to do anything special with it. And of course, they just need to get some field position here and let their offense continue to do what it's been doing.
So the Raiders get it at their 42, 1st and 10. Today's Fact of the Game brought to you by Academic Dermatology Associates, located near Lakeside Mall in Metairie. Jay Roth is the starting quarterback on Rummel's first unbeaten team in 1980, coached by his dad. Sandra, you'd remember that.
I was on the other sideline when they beat us at Brother Martin, beat us on a Hail Mary pass.
To Artie DeLaunaville.
Yep, sure did. That was to Artie. 13-9 was
never
the score.
forget,
yeah, exactly.
I can tell you all the guys that played in that game. Here's Sethan Carter on a hitch route. Nice tackle in the open field, keeps him to about a 5 or 6 yard gain. But that's a good job defensively for Brother Martin.
And that's something new.
William Douglas.
That's something new, spreading Carter out right there and just throwing him a little hitch route. He can run with it in the open field, and he is certainly a big target. Your throw can come out kind of high on something like that because he gets up so well, gets up in the air so well, and he's a big load to bring down also.
2nd down and 5 yards to go after the 5-yard gain on the completion to Carter from Damian Williams. Fulton, the tailback, wide side, right side. Fullback slotted that way. They're going to run that way. No, play fake by Williams. Heavy pressure. He gets away from one. Damian up the field. What a job. He stumbles and gets to the 50. Boy, I mean, he did a terrific job to escape pressure. And I tell you, if he doesn't stumble, he might be able to make a big play, but that's still a good job by Williams against heavy pressure.
Really nice job. Yeah, really nice job of being able to squeeze that.
There's the unbeaten seasons for Rummel. over the span of years. Of course, 2005 was Hurricane Katrina year, but 5-10-0 teams. They've had some storied football teams.
And
Jay evident.
Jay Ross has been involved in every one of those unbeaten
Some
seasons.
way, one way or the other, he's been involved. 3rd and 2, Rummel at midfield. Williams wants to run it, and Brother Martin stops him. There's a big stop for the Crusaders. No gain, and they have forced Rummel to punt. Well, they needed that desperately to stay in this game early, Mark.
Absolutely. You know, hanging another score on them right here pretty much nails it, you know, with a 21-point deficit. But they're going to force Rummel to punt here. Nice stop by the Crusader front, and, you know, maybe they're going to gain a little bit of momentum from this.
Well, what they need to gain as much as anything is confidence. They have to believe that they can play with this really good football team.
Really nice job trying to get a number on that. Right
crashing down from the right.
Kim Solomon.
That was Kim Solomon, who we featured earlier. He's a really good football player, and he's showing it here with that particular play. Here's the punt, not very far by Paulette off the side of his foot, and it takes a Brother Martin bounce. This will work out great for the Crusaders. That one didn't go very far at all, and Brother Martin will get it at about their own 33. That's only a 17-yard punt.
Nice defensive stop, you know, accompanied by this punt right here. Puts Brother Martin into some decent field position, or at least the best that they've had here today. And let's see if they switch things up here coming out on offense. You know, they've got to go with Singleton, but, you know, we mentioned Johnston before. He's going to have to get involved a little bit, and that offensive line's really going to have to produce. It'd be good to see Seward, get a ball or two here. He's been a great story for them also.
And Jacob is wide left, tight otherwise. Everyone else for the Crusaders. That brings the defenders into the box. 1st and 10. Fullback slots right. Nice fake by Bonifons. With time, he's going to throw deep middle for Seward. That's almost intercepted. Rummel was there. I'll tell you, they closed very quickly. Their secondary is very talented. That's Andre Tolliver, who had a big pick last week against Jesuit. Also had a pick 6 that was called back, but he's awfully good.
Well, they close on the ball really well. They play that coverage as well as anybody. Well coached here. And this ball is just a little bit underthrown. But, you know, trying to get Seward involved. They had Singleton backed up there nice and deep in the top of the eye from his spot. And now it looks like the Crusaders are going to get into a, not quite sure. There's a little bit of talk going on outside.
The officials are talking. Bonifons incomplete there. Crawford was back there for Rummel as well. Now I don't know what they're signaling out there. Something against Brother Martin declined. Okay, so there was a flag against Brother Martin. It is declined. That we can tell you. Had to be a 5-yard penalty, otherwise Rummel would have taken it. So it's 2nd down and 10.
Well, Bonifons comes out of the game now, so we know Singleton will be taking the snap.
And he's got West in the backfield with him. So Jared West, talented sophomore back there as well.
Spreading out Johnston to the wide side as a receiver also.
Johnston into the formation. And Singleton on the option. Nice pitch, and it's open. There's Johnston, 40, 45, 50. Well-designed
really nice
play, and a first down of the Rummel 47. That was very well done.
Read option there to the outside. Singleton read this perfectly. Actually held on to it for a long time, which created the extra space for Johnston to get outside here. Watch him hold this. A nice long ride. He pulls it back out, fakes the pitch, and then forces the outside linebacker to come up and commit to him. And there's your pitch for a very nice gain.
Yeah, Bennett did his job for Rummel. He didn't break down. He stayed with the quarterback. Exactly. He didn't pitch it, but there was nobody else on the pitch man. First down. Same formation, cutback play West. West across the 45 to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards for Jared West on the cutback, and that will bring the first quarter to a close here at Tad Gormley Stadium. With our score, Archbishop Rummel 14, Brother Martin nothing. Back with our second quarter in a moment on WHNO Channel 20. The second quarter of today's game is brought to you by EX5, the ultimate sports drink, distributed by Southern Eagle. Ken Trahan, Mark Sanji, Danny Ream, 2nd and 6, Brother Martin at the Rummel 43-yard line to start the second quarter. Rummel up 14-0 as the Raiders sideline. Looks on. Inside run and nothing. No chance there. The Rummel defense was very stout. That's Josh Franklin, who just fired from his linebacker spot and put Jared West on the ground for no gain.
That's your linebacker staying at home, you know, shuffling, going through their read progression, staying at home on the backside. For somebody on the front side, obviously turn that play back in. He's sitting there right there to make the play, Franklin is, and for no gain.
Bonifons returns to the field. 3rd down and 6 from the 43.
He's going to be a good one when he grows up a little bit here, Bonifons. I watched him run the offense a little earlier in the year and did a fine job with it.
Steven, just a sophomore, takes the snap. Singleton left. Singleton broke a tackle, but not going to break the second one. Good job to bring him down, and that's Kennedy. Boy, he's a sure tackler. And to make sure, and Singleton got to the 41. It's going to be 4th and 4. Do you go for it here? I
think
do.
You need to kick it here. I just get it. If you're giving him such a short field, watch Singleton accelerate.
And they're going to go for it.
Watch him accelerate through the hole right here. Not too much there, but lowers his shoulder and just accelerates. You got to like that.
And I understand the thought process of punting, but this is the last game of the year. You got absolutely nothing to lose, and you have a hard time matching up with this team, so you got to pull out all the stops. And they will here, 4th down and 4.
And you're right about that, trying to keep the ball away from Rummel.
Back to pass. Singleton's got a man wide open. He's there. Seward touchdown. They sucked Rummel up and caught him. And Brother Martin hits the big play. It's a different game. 41 yards and a touchdown. How about that?
It's a real good thing they're not listening to me. That was nice. Great play fake. You know, they've got 4 or 5 yards to get right there. Singleton starts toward the line, and I'm glad Seward got involved in this, because he was a really productive player for him last year when they were throwing a lot more. And now to see this happen, that's just great. So now different ball game, huh? 14 going to be 14-7.
Singleton not known for his passing, but boy did he come through big there, and Seward got behind the secondary. Low snap, got it down though, and the kick is up, and it is good. So game on. As we have 10:26 to play in the first half. It's Rummel 14, Brother Martin 7 on the first NBC Prep Football Showcase. Watching the long one to Seward here on WHNO Channel 20. There's Jacob Seward, who just came up with a big play for Brother Martin. A 41-yard touchdown reception from Jabbar Singleton, and Brother Martin pulls within 14-7 of the Raiders. That's why that stop on the previous possession was huge. Rummel was at midfield, 3rd and 2, and if Brother Martin doesn't get a stop there, they could be out of this game early. Now they're squarely in the game.
You know, and Singleton could not have made a better play fake than he did. He actually carried it a step further, rode the back into the line of scrimmage, took 2 steps up like he was going to take it himself, which everyone in the stadium was expecting, and gave Seward enough time to pop open. Well-thrown ball, 14-7.
Kickoff, sailing toward Tolliver, but Franklin almost took it away. Tolliver tackled, good coverage at about the 26-yard line. Well, the Crusaders showing some signs of life here.
Well, a little momentum, you know, the stop like you mentioned, and then the short punt, and really great play call by Mark Bonice and his staff right there to go ahead and take a chance and take a shot and have it come out like that.
Well, I mean, the key for Rummel, as we talked about in the pregame, is to play to their ability and show up, you know, coming off of an emotional win. Everyone expecting them to win here, but traditional rival, always tough. Now they have to bear down. Brother Martin with a 5-man front. Cheat 7 toward the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10. Counter play left.
Oh.
And there's Fulton, broke the line of scrimmage, and he broke another tackle. Look at Keith Fulton go looking for a block down the field. He gets one, cuts back off that block, makes another cut. Look at Fulton. This is a tremendous run. Touchdown, Rummel. It just doesn't get any better than that. How good is this kid?
That is a terrific run, great vision. Actually, they almost had him stopped at the line of scrimmage. He was able to slide his hips and pop out of there, and man, just took off for the corner. Real nice bit of running out in the open field.
I mean, that's special stuff. His second touchdown of the game. Raider fans, enjoy this. We'll get a chance to see it again momentarily. Bonis obviously disappointed. Zach Collette will try the extra point out of Jordan Namey. That is as good a run as you're going to see. Collette puts it through. So we have 10:05 to play second quarter, and Rummel now leads it by 2 touchdowns again at 21-7.
Brother Martin's going to have to keep coming up with those big plays like that and really stop this kind of thing from happening. That's a backbreaker right there when you're riding that emotion and that momentum that you established on the touchdown and the previous defensive stop, and then to come out here and have your back broken on this run. At the line of scrimmage, he's going to have to take a little bit of a shuffle, and he did. And, man, got back into the second level, broke a tackle right there. And watch this little bit of running right here where he's kind of shifting himself. Nice downfield blocking by the Raider.
Stephen Dunbar, wide receiver, a really good block down the field. And, you know, he's as excited as anybody about that, raising his hand and running toward Fulton. You know, Fulton. One of the things about Fulton, we said it last week, and, of course, I've done several of their games this year. He sets up blocks beautifully.
Yeah, and that was a great example. Great example of it down the sideline right there. Instead of just jetting it, he calmed down a little bit and allowed his blocks to set up.
Collette kicking it very deep. That's going to be a touchback. He hammered that one. So Brother Martin will start for its own 20-yard line. And the good news, Raider fans, Keith Fulton's a junior.
Yeah, I tell you, they've got a stable of backs, that's for sure, and he'll be back to light up the scoreboard again in a year.
We alluded to that. Let's talk about it. Rummel's operating short-handed today. Brandon Phillips, who's been outstanding, injured. Ivan Phipps, who had a big run last week against Jesuit, injured. So they're short-handed at running back. If they go to anyone else, it's probably going to be the talented freshman Israel Tucker.
Well, and you know, hopefully these guys aren't injured too severely. Maybe this is a week where they can afford to kind of take it a little bit easy and have them ready for the playoffs for next week.
Brother Martin will operate with their option look again. This has been good for them thus far. J. Roth lecturing Stephen Dunbar, always coaching him up. He had a great block on that play. Johnston in motion. And the feed inside, that's not going to happen.
No.
Rummel very good inside. It's Matthew Kennedy on the bottom of the pile with his brother Michael Kennedy. So it's the Kennedys taking care of business. They're not twins. One's a senior, one's a junior, but they might as well be.
Jack and Bobby, not quite. Singleton probably, I don't know if he was reading that or not. If he was, he made the wrong read, but probably should have left the ball in the belly a little bit longer and then pulled it. Would have had a chance to get outside, because leaving the ball in the belly allows the linebackers to sit a lot tighter inside and not get outside where you want to pull it and get to.
2nd and 10, Johnston in motion. Singleton keeps and tackled, almost broke out of there, but tackled for about a 2 or 3 yard gain. Good job by guess who? Terrence Jones on the backside to get him down.
That's a nice wrinkle to the play. I haven't seen him do this much. All this is follow, where you ride the initial ball carrier, the fullback, and then follow him right behind him. You gain a blocker right there. And again, there's my man Terrence Jones.
Jones and Kennedy who made the man. And that's Michael Kennedy. I mean, Michael Kennedy's made about 5 tackles already in this game.
Special football players all across the board on defense.
3rd and 7. Bonifon's in at quarterback in a 3-receiver set. Raiders rush 4. Has time. Throws, and that is incomplete.
They've got to catch that one.
Had a chance.
That's West open
Jacob
coming
Dahl.
back.
And Jacob Dahl, the intended receiver, hit as he went to the ground, but incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Coming back to the football, he does a pretty good job of coming back to it. And Bonifant threw it up there a little bit high, but still the ball was catchable. Got to come down with those and make those plays in a game like this.
There's Mark Bonis, who's in his 4th year at Brother Martin, 24-17 coming in.
He was an excellent player for us at Jesuit. Tight end, went on to Southern Mississippi and played there for a little while. But an excellent football coach nonetheless. Really knows what he's doing, and I think he gets the most out of his kids. I really do.
Andrew Bugvall to punt it away. Franklin is deep. Spiral on the run, Franklin. Fair catch made. That's a good job, and he saves a lot of field position.
Sure
He gives Rummel excellent field position at the Brother Martin 47.
That ball was going to tumble if it hit the ground. It was going to take a Crusader bounce. He probably saved him 15 yards on that.
So the Raiders start at the Brother Martin 47-yard line with 8:32 to play in the second quarter and leading this one 21-7. All right, here are your power rankings in Class 5A unofficially. Rummel with a win today will be the #1 seed. Airline lost. They're going to drop. Barb's going to move up to 2. West Monroe to 3. Jesuit has lost. They will drop. Catholic High on the roll. So is Central with Sid Edwards, a former Jesuit coach.
Sure.
Parkway there as well. Raiders start from the Brother Martin 47-yard line.
Martin with a 5-man
and off
front
the fake,
again.
Williams looking, heavy pressure. He'll go the other way. Still looking. He's going to run it now. 40. Nice job by Williams to fake him out, and he dives near the 30 for a first down. Well, again, that's what a special athlete under center can do. If it's not there, he's going to make something happen anyway.
Well, making it happen with his feet. He's very talented. That was a bootleg. They pull in the right guard and getting him nice and deep, trying to hit the drag route crossing the field from right to left, and nothing was there. Williams doing a really good job here pulling it down. Just watch him get after it now. The only problem I have with this is he's going to have to tuck that ball. But he's really done a good job of hanging on to it to begin with as many times as he does carry it.
And he put it away there before any contact came. First down and 10 at the 31 after a 16-yard run. Counterplay with Fulton. Look at the blocking here. Yeah. My goodness. And Fulton uses it. I mean, they are really good up front, aren't they?
Talking to Jay Roth earlier before this ball game about the scheme up front, you know, they're really simplifying things up front, and why not? I mean, you're big and talented up there. You want to be simple for your offensive linemen so that there's no question about assignment, and you're just really on a play like that, you're going to block down the front side. Anybody appears, you're going to pick up. No one appears, you're going to move to the next level and get a return like that.
Great blocking by Kleebert, Rowe, and Castillo on that play. Wide side, left side. Drop the ball, and Brother Martin may have it. Let's see who's got the ball. We're waiting to find out. It looks like Rummel may have gotten it back. Williams pulled out and didn't have the ball.
Yeah, no celebrating there, so I think Rummel hung on to it. But back to Kleebert, watching him, you know, from the first game to now, had an injury during the spring, wasn't able to compete during the spring, and so he missed that amount of time. But I like watching him get better each week. I mean, his footwork is excellent. He's a big, strong kid, takes up a lot of area, and I'm just watching him improve all the way through. So he's going to make someone a very special football player on the next level.
6'8", 312 pounds. Second down and 12 from the 19. Williams wants to throw. Looking for the slant. Oh, he hit Ricks in the hands. He couldn't pull it in, though.
You know, it looked like that ball was sailing, but it actually was on the spot. It really nice throw right there on a frozen rope, and just about an inch or two too far.
Well, it's not an easy catch. That's a catchable ball. Well delivered by Williams, and now it's third down and 12 for Rummel at the Brother Martin 19-yard line.
Well, I'm sure they're going to sprint Williams here, I would think. Brother Martin's got to make sure that they're just playing really good, sound football up front so that he can't pull it down.
And the wide receivers are Dunbar and Matthew Migliore, who's in the slot to the left side. Got you, Wendy. Taking care of you, too. You've been taking care of me, rehabbing my wrist, and I deeply appreciate it. Snap it. Williams wants to run to the right, and he pitches it to Carter. Look at this. Ethan Carter. Fat chance you'll tackle him. Touchdown, Rummel. What a call by Jay Roth, and the Raiders score again from 19 yards out.
Another big-time wrinkle there. We saw the Williams, throw into the hitch route with Carter way out there, spread out wide to the formation. This time he's an option back. Not too much this kid can't do.
Well, he is a big-time, and I mean big-time, Division I player. The elite programs in this country, they're missing the boat on him completely.
I was really surprised last week when we were talking about him that LSU's not on him and Alabama's not on him. Just looking at him on the hoof, you know, when you walk up next to him, great big old kid, not an ounce of fat on him, just a great big boy.
As Damian Williams to Carter, another good block on the wing by Ricks. Rummel leads 28-7 on WHNO. Rummel now with a 28-7 lead, 6:28 to play first half. Bullet hammers the kickoff. Forget about that. That's about 8 yards deep. He's really getting into them on this side with a little bit of a wind at his back. And Brother Martin will start from their own 20-yard line and desperately in need, not just for points, but more importantly, Mark, they need to keep the football away from Rummel.
They need a settle-down type of drive, you know.
Let's meet today's Ultimate Student Athletes, brought to you by the Chad Garcia Foundation. We thank the Chad Garcia Foundation for their support. Michael Kennedy, why not? 4.3 GPA, class president, honor society, school ambassador. 4.0 every semester for Rummel. Honor roll since 8th grade. Mu Alpha Theta, National Honor Society. Special player, special kid.
Not just a great football player, but a great student athlete. He exemplifies that.
On first down, Singleton, he's loose. Singleton's gone. Singleton may go. Broke the line of scrimmage. He's going to be checked down, but gets away and scores. Touchdown, Brother Martin. Singleton, 80 yards. I haven't seen anybody do this to this Rummel defense this year.
No, not at all. Well-executed play. He turned the Jets on as soon as he hit the line of scrimmage. I think he knew this one was going to pop when he got the ball.
All right, Mark, we want to figure out how this worked, because once he broke the line of scrimmage, there was nobody home.
No. He waiting to see what they lined up in on defense. I don't think it was anything special in particular or different. Just well executed over that left side where William Clapp is aligned on.
Budjo for the extra point. Good job of getting it down by the holder Bookfault, and he knocks it through, and Brother Martin stays in touch in this game with 6:14 to play first half. It's now 28-14. All right, watch this. Nobody home after he breaks the line of scrimmage.
Really nice seal by Clapp there, and then a kick-out block by the fullback. Here you go, off to the races. Just goes to show what kind of special player this kid is. You know, Rummel's got a few that are like that and able to take over a ball game. This kid on the next level, I mean, come on.
Yeah, Singleton is a Division I running back, and I've been singing this tune for a year now, telling everybody I can possibly tell about him. He's got to commit to football because he plays basketball too, but listen, he's 192. He runs in the 4.5 to 4.55 range. He can make people miss, and I just think he's very, very good.
Imagine a little bit more time in the weight room.
Sure.
You know how much bigger he's going to get. He's 6 foot at least, maybe on the 6'1" side, and just a great player. Great knack for vision. You know, you got to like that. And again, that's something you don't coach. You get kids that can do it. You coach them where to go with it, but you don't coach them too much after that.
Well, I mentioned we haven't seen this against this Rummel defense. This is a defense that gives up 8.5 points a game on the year. Brother Martin's got 14 points with 6:14 to play in the first half. Says a lot about their approach.
A big run and a big pass. You know, the pass was called at exactly the right time and very well executed. That run, no different right there. Left side of the line, really taking it to the Raiders.
Franklin from the 10. And got a block on a cutback. This is a good return by Franklin out near the 38-yard line. That's where Rummel will start this possession. And can anybody stop anybody here? We'll see. Let's meet the ultimate student athlete for Brother Martin, brought to you by the Chad Garcia Foundation, and it is Michael Maldonado, a 4.25 GPA, student body president, honor society, and a terrific young man. Best buddies, top 3 in literary rally for Spanish 1 and 2. Michael Maldonado.
Terrific. That's him right there. Terrific.
Rummel at its own 38-yard line.
Brother Martin's defense cannot have a letdown right here. You know, something that breaks their back, like right after the last time they scored.
Fulton dragged down. Excellent play. Ken Solomon. There's a 1-yard gain, and that's the kind of defensive play they need.
And coming from the backside there, too, tracking it down and staying after the play. And exactly, Ken, that's what they need to do is calm things down for just a second here. Here he comes, right? Really nice job.
Yeah, he just came across the line of scrimmage on the other side unblocked.
Yep, just trailed the play pretty hard.
Because Rummel had everything else blocked on that play.
Took his reads, and you know, that's where if something's wrong on the front side, that backside guy's going to catch up with you in a hurry.
Brother Martin showing blitz. Williams will run it inside. The big man just runs through people and gets the first down. My goodness, when you see him going north and south, and he lowers his shoulders. Look out.
There's not much you could do about that if you're a Crusader right there. They kind of had it played fairly well, but just when he starts lowering his shoulder, he's going to take 2 or 3 defenders with him.
Where is this going to end up? We got 3 guys that have rushed for over 100 yards already in the game. Fulton, Williams, and Singleton. This is some offensive display that we're seeing here this afternoon in City Park. Raiders 1st and 10, their own 49. And Williams on the read will keep it to the left, stopping, looking, throwing. There's Carter looking for a block. Got it. Look at Sethan Carter, and a touchdown saving tackle made. Woo, holding on for dear life, and that's a very good job of doing so, but well executed by the Raiders.
You know, on the drag route, he was fairly well covered, realized he was well covered, and then kind of turned the jets on to gain a step or 2 to allow Williams to get him the ball.
And Carter comes out of the game. I don't think he's really hurt, but this is well executed.
Right across your screen right there. There he is. He pops open. Just a tad late, he pops open. And that's a route that Jay Roth likes to live with. We made a living off of that with the drag route. High school teams just don't cover it all that well. And if you can throw it, you can make a living off of it.
Here's Fulton crossing the 20, getting it down about the 18-yard line.
Good job of pursuit to the football right there by the Crusader defense. Nice gang tackling there. Still the backs are coming up with 4 or 5 yards a pop.
Got that to the 18, a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Rummel threatening again, 4-10 and counting. First half, 28-14 Raiders. Fulton remains the lone running back. Maddox, the up back, he's been very good for Rummel as well.
Still a 5-man front for the Crusaders here. Stretch to this
side. All over
really
this.
Nice
big
job.
loss. They are right there for this play, and that's a big loss and a big play for the Crusader defense. And that'll force a 3rd and long for Rummel. The play made by 39 Nicholas Williams, the junior, firing up from the deep to make the play.
Really good job of coming up here and turning it back inside. You're going to see him coming to the screen a little bit late right here. All because the defensive line did its job and disrupted the point of attack.
Yeah, Anthony Chiano really forced the play. He had the penetration. And that's back to the 22, a loss of 4. It's 3rd and 10.
If you can get them to hesitate a little bit at the point of attack, then your secondary can come in and kind of clean things up. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout here.
Brother Martin called timeout. And we'll keep it right here. Their first timeout. They want to get their defense set here on 3rd and 10. Rummel at the Brother Martin 22, 3:12 to play first half. 28-14 Rummel. Now this is huge for Brother Martin. Keep in mind they're going to get the ball first to start the second half. We were a little bit surprised that they deferred earlier, and Rummel did take it right down and score, but if they can get a stop here, it may work out very well for them.
If I'm Brother Martin, I want the ball in my hands as much as I can. I can get it. I want to bleed as slowly as possible on defense, and with all these weapons Rummel has, it's a tough thing to do. But yeah, this is going to be a critical stop. If you can keep them to a field goal right here, that's another momentum builder.
If you are interested in purchasing a DVD copy of today's game, send an email to prepdvds@aol.com. It's prepdvds@aol.com, and a representative of DW Productions will contact you with more information. Both sides discussing it. Brother Martin talking with their defensive staff. Rummel talking with Coach Roth. And the offensive staff, Jay Roth, was again any better. 18 years and 166 wins and just 44 defeats, 79%.
Yeah, he's always wanted that job at Rummel, and when we were young coaches together, he talked about going back to his alma mater, as did I, and was able to fulfill his dream here. And
Williams to Ricks. Cuts it inside. Nice move by Ricks. He will score. Touchdown. That's a great move by Chris Ricks. Well delivered ball by Damian Williams. And the Rummel Raiders are on the board again.
The Crusader secondary kind of sold out for that deep ball to take that away. And by doing so, the corner dropped underneath the deep ball, and the safety was on top of it, leaving the flat wide open. And Dees was just standing there by himself waiting for the throw. Williams looked at the deep ball, nothing going, took it out to the flat, and Dees did the rest.
What a job for Rummel, and Paulette will put the extra point through there once more. So now 3 minutes to play in the first half in what's become a shootout of sorts. Rummel 35, Brother Martin 14.
Well, Brother Martin scoring on some big plays. They need to really settle down and drive it. Of course, you'll take a score any way you can get it, but man, this is not what I expected, actually.
Monday nights on WHNO Sports. Join us for Sports NOLA TV. Brian Alley Walsh and Torrance Small join me each week to break down the Saints, college, and prep action. Hornets too. That's Sports NOLA TV, Mondays at 6 here on WHNO TV. Rummel just continues to fire as Jay Roth looks on. Not his type of game, I got to tell you.
No, it's not.
But he likes what his offense is doing, I'm sure.
Doesn't like that sun in his face right now. It's going to be driving him crazy. And it's not going anywhere anytime soon. But
that's a 6-play drive, 62 yards, 3:04 off the clock. And now Paulette will kick it off, and this Rummel defense is in uncharted territory. They've been struggling a bit here this afternoon, especially with big plays. Kickoff is going to sail toward the goal line and touchback. One step into the end zone, so a touchback. Brother Martin will start from its own 20, and I really like what Brother Martin's done offensively. They've kept Rummel off balance.
Yeah, they have. They have some key calls there, you know, with the pass to Seward and then the run to Singleton. There was nothing special about that other than the fact that it was just plain executed.
Let's see if Brother Martin can mount a drive here. They've got 3 minutes and they've got 2 timeouts to boot. This Rummel defense has got what they very proudly refer to as Raider pride, and right now they're going to try to summon some of that because, as I mentioned, they're not used to giving up big plays.
No, they're not. And, you know, Singleton can go the distance. He just proved that a second ago. And I think if you're Brother Martin right here, you need to keep grinding at it.
Here's Singleton on a zone read. Short gain. Knocked back. Raiders had some wins there at the line of scrimmage and are stalemates, and they got it done in holding him to little or nothing. And a good job by Herman Thomas, Stanley Franklin, and others. A gain of 2 at 2nd and 8.
It's all about executing your base defensive front or offensive front with either one of these teams. Just executing. Now, good teams will make you look foolish when you're trying to execute. But occasionally, you'll come up with a play that's blocked perfect, which was Singleton's big 80-yard touchdown.
2nd and 8 from the 22-yard line. Singleton again, cuts back, finds a couple. He always finds a few, doesn't he? Gets to about the 25. That's a gain of 3 without much there. That's what the good running backs do, isn't it?
That's a sign of a really good running back, exactly. He's getting a little bit extra out of it.
Now, here's a you know, Jay Roth, a lot of people think he plays it close to the vest. He just called timeout on defense.
Absolutely. He wants to, you know, talking to him beforehand, and I mentioned this, he certainly wouldn't bring up something like this, but I said, you know, if I'm in your position, I'm trying to end this thing kind of early so I can pull, you know, my better players and give them some rest and make sure they stay healthy for next week. And I think that's what he's trying to do right here. If you get a timeout, get the ball back and go up top real quick and put another score in, then you can start thinking about, well, maybe early in the second half I can start to pull Damian Williams and people like that.
He'd like to have that luxury.
Yeah, he sure would.
I don't know if he will.
I don't either. Crusaders are going to fight him the whole time.
Yeah, they're playing very well. I know that sounds strange with the score, but let me tell you something. Again, facing the #1 team in the state and facing this defense, which is as good as any, not just in this area, but in the state, and having scored on big plays, Brother Martin's getting it done on offense. That hasn't been the problem.
Well, and you know, one thing you can say about a Mark Bonise coach team, they're going to play hard from whistle to whistle and start to finish.
Big
it's
play
that simple.
Here on both sides, 3rd and 5 from the 25. Rummel just called timeout, hoping to get a stop. See if Brother Martin can take advantage. They're going to run Singleton to the right, and he's not going to get anywhere. So Rummel will likely call timeout here. They will. Stanley Franklin stopped him. The big man at 280 puts him down after a gain of 1. It's 4th down and 4, and now Rummel will get it back. And they have 1 timeout and 2 minutes and 6 seconds left.
And that play just took too long to develop for Singleton. It was almost like a wing T buck sweep where you get stretch from side to side. Running back will take a stop and turn on a dime and turn it up. And it just takes too long against a defense like this for Rummel where everyone just runs so well. So, yeah, the timeout simply called to force the kick and create an opportunity to have more time with 1 timeout left here to go in the half. Hopefully, if you're Rummel, you get a short field and you're able to put some more points up. If you're Brother Martin, want to keep relying on that punter to get some nice, good, high, long kicks.
I'll tell you, this has been a remarkable series. Brother Martin leads at 22-21, but it has been a series of unbelievable runs.
Yeah.
Under Bob Conlon, Brother Martin dominated Rummel. They won 12 straight meetings between 1983 and 1994, but then Jay Roth took over, and Rummel just completely took over this series as they dominated Brother Martin, as they won 12 in a row themselves.
Yeah.
And Coach Roth is 14-3 against Brother Martin, but he's done that to a lot of people.
Yeah, and as we said in the pregame show,
Very high punt again. Let's see if Franklin can handle this. He's done a good job and does it to 39. So a minute 59, one timeout for Rummel.
Brother Martin, winning 3 out of the last 5, I think was the statistic we talked about early on. Not too many people around Louisiana can say that about Rummel, especially in the last 18 years. And it's been that long, 18 years. When he first came into the league after he left my staff in 1994, at the end of that year, we had a really nice run and really changed the complexion of Rummel football for the 1995 season. Our next 2 were, yeah, exactly. Our next two years were overtime games.
Yeah. Oh, that was been something we detailed last week. Now, Brandon Phillips is in the game at running back. First time we've seen him. Didn't expect him to play. Fake by Williams. Deep middle for Dunbar and overthrown. Incomplete. Pretty good coverage there for Brother Martin by Benton Brown.
But that's a big target right there. Williams, is that Williams?
That's Stephen Dunbar at 6'2".
Dunbar, I'm sorry. Dunbar's a pretty big target right here, and he's able to get a hand up, but good coverage nonetheless. Ball's a little tiny bit high. Just off the fingertips.
Bracket coverage by the Crusaders, and a good job in the secondary. Makes it 2nd and 10.
The Browns played well back there for the Crusaders today.
He has. Williams 4 of 6, 84 yards passing. Carter slotted in front of him. He stays in the block, and Williams will run behind him. That's a pretty good idea. Look at Carter block. My goodness, and look at Williams run. Did you see 80 just drive that defender about 7 yards? He just kept driving him. First down, Rummel down to the Brother Martin 39, and the Crusader down on the field.
Yeah, and that's all caused by Damian Williams right there. With an opportunity to slow it down and run around a defender, he's not having any of that. And Carter, of course, Carter come right out of the backfield. Here he goes. Nice hesitation to sell the draw.
Look at him stay on the block.
Yep. And a nice, just lowering his shoulder there, right there, Damian Williams. Quarterbacks normally cannot give out that kind of punishment, much less put up with that kind of punishment.
It was a good look at Carter next to Nathan Bro and Kleber. You talk about 3 really good blockers. They don't get much better in Louisiana than those 3 combined. And we've pointed out Carter the last 2 weeks because a guy like that doesn't get the credit he deserves. Look, he's visiting SEC schools now. Ole Miss is very interested, and they're going to offer him, among others. I know Tulane's very interested, but the reason he hasn't gotten as much attention is because of what he's been asked to do. He's been a blocker for a few years. Those guys don't get a lot of attention, but let me tell you something. How can you not watch this guy catch the ball and run, aside from the blocking ability he has and the size that he has, and understand that he is a big-time player?
Exactly. You mentioned it for a second about, why he's not getting those kind of looks. As the season goes on and commitments are made from different spots, and once Jay puts his highlight film out, I think he'll have a lot more interest.
All right, we'll take a timeout here with 1:44 to play. First half, 35-14 Rummel. Rummel up by 21. Damian Williams leads his team to the line of scrimmage. Joshua Moore was the injured player. Fortunately, he got up and walked off under his own power. With a minute 34 to play in the half, Rummel under Brother Martin 39, and the whistles sound before the play can be executed.
I don't know if that was too much time or
Timeout,
if
Brother Martin.
timeout. Okay.
Brother Martin
That's
called it
second
second
team charge
timeout, and they called it right when the play was being run, so that kind of tips the hand for Rummel. You wonder if Coach Roth might change the call.
I probably will. You know, something that's a tip-off is whenever they come out in a formation that is a little bit different looking. That was ace with the two receivers down here to the bottom to this side, and they were really tight to the formation. That's normally a setup call. That's normally something that he hasn't shown before, might give you a little trouble lining up to, but they're there for a reason, whether it's going to be a corner route or a drag or a double drag, something like that. I'm not sure because they called the timeout from it, but I know he was setting up something to go to the end zone here. Sorry if I gave it away, Jay.
Shh. He's got receivers to either side. Maddox is the up back. Two tight ends set as well. Damian looks toward the sideline. Looking for Ricks. Got him on a deep fade. Perfect throw. Touchdown. It doesn't get much better than that. Chris Ricks outran the defensive back. Williams couldn't have placed the ball any better.
In stride. Hit him right in stride, right into the hands. Took his time. Really, watch the when the replay comes on. Watch how he releases the ball. He's standing in there nice and tall, very smooth. Looks like he could have thrown it a zillion miles just now. The setup, take his time, and just zip. Nice follow through with the ball. You could cut that ball in half with a butter knife and spin it so fast.
Well, Damian Williams just really getting it done. Extra point attempt is up by Paulette, and he's got it through again. And this offense they're purring.
Yeah, they are. They're hitting on all cylinders right now.
1:22 to play first half, and it's 42-14 Rummel. Of course, it's fun to call plays when you have these kind of players and the way you can execute.
It sure is easy too, and you know what he's doing also. I'm sure what's in the back of his mind now, because this is kind of starting to get to be where you know what the outcome is going to be. Setting some things up for the playoffs here, I'm sure.
District standings coming in. Rummel going for the outright title here today. If they would somehow lose, they could end up in a share for the title with West Jefferson, who beat Jesuit on Saturday. A thriller, 24-17. Jesuit, the third place team. Brother Martin, if they lose today, would be fourth. Chalmette finishing fifth in District 9-5A. And of course, Rummel, West Jefferson, and Jesuit all to the playoffs. Rummel and Jesuit figure to be home teams. West Jefferson a dangerous road team in all likelihood.
And a really big win for West Jeff today. I'm really proud of Marcus and Marcus Scott and what his team did today. But the really signature win for him. We talked about that a while ago.
Kickoff and another touchback for Paulette. So Brother Martin will have a minute 22 and one timeout to try to do something to change this score.
I don't know what you do here at this point. Maybe run the ball a little bit, just get it at halftime like this, or you know, kind of like the philosophy that you've talked about earlier. Let's try to get something out of this. You know, let's what do we got to lose? Let's try to get some points on the board. Try to go in at halftime feeling positive about something. Again, it's a tall order. You're dealing with a really good football team, #1 in the state for very good reason.
On first down, here is Singleton running left on a stretch play, and he gets about 3. And a good job for Rummel by Tolliver, along with Blake Killian to stop him after a short gain. Clock continues to run.
Nice block by William Clapp, the left tackle there, that we haven't talked a whole lot about today, but he is something else, only a junior, offered by Alabama and LSU. The two teams who are playing tonight, I played with his dad, have a chance to coach him during the offseason. He is a pleasure to coach, and he is going to be a very special player on the next level, no doubt about that.
Second down and 8 after the gain of 2. Brother Martin taking their time here with an I formation. Johnston into the formation in motion, and there's Singleton inside. Stanley Franklin has him after a gain of about 4. It's going to be 3rd and 6 from the 26, and they may or may not run another play.
Yeah, just trying to get in at halftime right now and kind of regroup a little bit, and, rest some and talk about what they need to do to come out and play with some pride in the second half, which they will do. They'll play hard. They'll play with a lot of enthusiasm and pride. Things just aren't going well for them right now.
So 3rd down and 4. If they decide to run the play, they do not have to. The play clock is off.
Yeah, this one's going to wind down. I think they're going to snap it anyway, though.
Looks like they might. 2, 1, and they got it off, even though the clock said 0. Singleton to the right. Singleton will get 1. And the first half will come to a close. Run down by Kennedy, who brought him down. And that's the end of the first half here at Tad Gormley Stadium. So through one half, it's Archbishop Rummel 42, Brother Martin 14 on the first NBC Prep Football Showcase on WHNO Channel 20. It's halftime at Tad Gormley Stadium, and our halftime show is brought to you by Big Easy Scooters. 3926 Magazine Street in New Orleans. Big Easy Scooters, proud sponsor of the first NBC Prep Football Showcase. Ken Trahan with Mark Sanji, and the third member of our broadcast team is my friend Danny Ream, who's with a great friend of mine, and Brother Gail Condit, principal of Archbishop Rummel. Danny?
Thanks, Ken. We're down here on the field with Brother Gail Condit from Archbishop Rummel High School. Brother, thanks for being with us here at the half.
Good to be here.
This is your 4th stint at Rummel High School. When did you start, and what did the Christian Brothers mean to Rummel?
Danny, I started in 1965 as a practice teacher, and as you said, this is my 4th time back. What does it mean for the Christian Brothers to be back? I think in a word, it is very good, because I have an opportunity to share 332 years of educational tradition that the brothers bring from actually 80-some countries over the world. And we instruct our students and teachers in the Christian Brother history, educational methodology, and spirituality.
And you were at Rummel when Jay Roth, your current head coach, was a student and a player. What does he mean to Archbishop Rummel and Raider pride?
Well, if you could give me an hour, I might have a time to tell you. But in short, he means so much. He is not only a good coach, obviously, but he's a very committed person to being with young men. And I dare say that he gives all the players and all the students that he comes in contact with a lot of personal attention, and he emphasizes the importance of spirituality with that as well.
And at the open house last week, you announced 3 academic track initiatives for the near future. Tell us about those.
Yes, thank you. I'm very excited about it. We're looking to put in pre-law track, which is a 4-year program starting in the 9th grade. And then soon thereafter, we hope to bring in a biomedical and pre-engineering. And each of those particular 3 that I mentioned each have a 4-year track.
All right, brother, thanks for being with us.
Good to be here.
That's Brother Gail Connick from Archbishop Rummel. Stay with us. You are watching the Big Easy Scooters halftime show on WHNO.
To 14, Raiders over the Crusaders at the half. Ken Trahan, Mark Sanji, with Danny Ream, who's got Brother Louis Cuvion, chaplain of Brother Martin High School, with him. Danny.
Thanks, Ken. We're now joined by Brother Louis Cuvion from Brother Martin High School. Thank you for being with us at the half.
You're welcome.
Let's talk about this unbelievable, generous gift by the Bensons. Mr. and Mrs. Tom Benson, $10 million. Tell us and everyone watching about the gift, what it's going to be used for, and the details of this whole process.
Well, Coach, Tom Benson is such a wonderful alumni and benefactor of so many people in the city of New Orleans and, of course, around the nation. And we are so happy to have him as an alumni, 1944 class of St. Aloysius. Tom has been very, very generous to Brother Martin. It goes back to him being taught by Brother Nicholas and many of the other brothers. You know, he had a very profound impact upon the life of Tom Benson. And in terms of our endowment here at Brother Martin, Tom is offering $10 million, $1 million over the next 10 years for the endowment. That money will be used exclusively with just the interest, you know, not the principal itself. And that way we can continue to add programs at Brother Martin High School, keep down tuition, and have the very best school we can possibly offer for the young men in Gentilly.
And what has the Benson family, Mr. and Mrs. Tom Benson, meant to you and the Christian brothers in general?
Well,
the Brothers of the Sacred Heart.
They're friends, and of course, the Christian brothers are friends too. In fact, you just talked to Brother Gale, and I mentioned to Brother Gale at the score being 42-14 that the Christian brothers really emphasize mercy, and I invite them to consider that for the second half. But we compliment Archbishop Rummel and the fine football team that they have. But Tom Benson is a wonderful friend, continues to be with us in so many different affairs at school, and we're very grateful for his friendship and very grateful for everything he does in the city.
All right, that's Brother Louis Cuvion from Brother Martin High School. Stick with us. We're at the half on the Prep Showcase.
Welcome back to the Big Easy Scooters halftime show from Ted Gormley Stadium, where Archbishop Rummel leads Brother Martin by the score of 42-14. The Rummel band performed. The Chaplets, now the Brother Martin band performing with their outstanding group as well. And the Debs, I think they still call them the Debs. I'm pretty sure you would know about that, right?
I don't stay up with it.
Okay.
Like I should, I guess.
Dominican Outstanding School supporting them, just
absolutely.
as Chappelle and Outstanding School supports Rummel. And Outstanding Football Team are the Rummel Raiders, and they've shown it again here in the first half as their offense has been virtually unstoppable.
No, they've just really been clicking on all cylinders. They've got great players. They've got a great scheme. They're taking advantage of some things that Brother Martin's not really able to do on defense to stop them. It's a tough road for Brother Martin, and Rummel's doing about what we expected him to do. Brother
Martin won the toss. They deferred, which means they gave the ball to Rummel first. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights from this one. And Rummel got the ball first, and Damian Williams set up blocks and just ran through people and scored easily.
Yeah, and he's, like I said, tough to bring down before, but they're really executing well up front.
This kid's a very impressive running back, Keith Fulton.
He runs like a man, runs like he's been there before and done that. And Brother Martin on a really nice play fake by Jabbar Singleton to hit Jacob Seward for a really nice touchdown for the Crusaders there early on.
And this is some run here.
Boy, look at him go. Look at him go. Nice long strides, very patient, as you alluded to before, in setting up his blocks, like right there, for example, and then turning it on. So great burst of speed. We've seen a lot of that out of the Raiders today.
Just found that extra gear, and then the big man again, and look at who he pitches to.
Yeah, Carter. There you go. I mean, he's an option back now, too. He's doing everything else. Is he going to return punts? And here's Singleton again. Beautiful, beautiful, well executed up front. And he's off to the races right there. Really good running back. Just wish they were able to do some more, around him.
He's able to finish that run, too. It's not easy to finish from 80 yards out. He sure liked it.
It was short-lived, though, unfortunately. And Williams with a really nice throw out into the flat. And watch him just run away from the defenders here.
Knocks his own man down.
Hey, anything to get into the end zone, right? And here's Williams connecting again. Beautifully thrown ball, hitting the receiver in stride. You can't ask for much more than that,
Yeah, Chris Ricks with 2 touchdown receptions in the first half. Damian Williams has been brilliant running and throwing the football. The Raiders just doing pretty much everything offensively in this game to build a 42-14 lead. What do we look for here in the second half?
Well, Brother Martin's got to obviously get some points on the board, bottom line. How they do that doesn't really matter. They've got to keep Rummel off the field, though, because anytime Damian Williams and company are on the field, it's going to present a problem to anybody in Louisiana. And, again, they're #1 team in Louisiana for a very good reason.
Rummel on top of Brother Martin, 42-14. Back with our second half in just a moment on the first NBC Prep Football Showcase. The third quarter of today's game is brought to you by Delary Camarda Realtors. Visit their website at nolahomefinder.com. It's nolahomefinder.com. Rummel will kick off to start the second half. Zach Millette will handle those duties. Jacob Seward, Bryce Johnston deep for Brother Martin. Very high kick. And at the goal line, he has time to run it out. Running left, got one block, cuts it inside. He got another block. Very good return, another big block, and another. And Johnston shook a tackle. Does he stay in bounds? If so, he's gone. Unbelievable start to the second half. Touchdown, Brother Martin. 99-yard kickoff return by Bryce Johnston. Unbelievable.
Well, that's one thing I said earlier that you can always count on from a Mark Boney's coach team. They're going to play hard. This one's not over for them. They're going to play hard. They're going to play hard from start to finish, and they start the second half off just like that. Perfect. Nice return. What a great effort. It was really blocked well, and Johnston hit it running, balanced along that tightrope on the sidelines, and returned it.
Just a brilliant return. Tremendous blocking. There's movement everywhere on the extra point. Flag sound. We'll see what the call is here. If there was movement up front on the offense or on the defense, I think it's on Rummel. Brother Martin will get a 1-yard penalty of sorts, a 2-yard penalty officially here. That's the first penalty of the game on Rummel, and Brother Martin's only had one, so we like that.
Very clean football game, yeah. You know, and to return something that far without a block in the back or some kind of hold, again, that's a pretty good accomplishment.
Mitchell Alexander puts the left foot, I said Mitchell Alexander, Mitchell Boudreau puts the left foot and gets it through the goalpost. So Mitchell Boudreau converts, and just like that, 16 seconds in, Brother Martin scores 42-21. What a return by Bryce Johnston. He's enjoying it.
Yeah, really nice run by him, and staying in bounds there, too. It looked like he was about to step out, and he's kind of taught. And it almost went in the end zone. This was almost not a returnable ball. But look, it very well blocked right there. Watch him pop just to the outside right here. Nice pickup, another nice pickup along the sidelines. Looks like somebody pulled up. And yeah, Johnson stays, boom, stays in bounds. And he's off. Boy, you got to like having a nice momentum swing like that happen right away for you. Now they're going to give Rummel the ball back, and they're going to need to make some defensive adjustments here to stop them.
And the other thing it does is it's going to force Rummel to continue playing. And I say that respectfully because, as you talked about, their ideal situation, they'd like to be able to rest some people if possible getting ready for the playoffs. I don't know that they're going to have that luxury.
No, they may not if the Crusaders come out and still play hard like I'm real certain they will.
Well, this is the most points Rummel's given up this year already. Yeah. And here's a muddle onside kick, and
they got it back.
Has it beautifully executed. It's perfectly done, and Brother Martin has it past midfield at the Rummel 49-yard line, recovered by Nicholas Williams.
Ball did go 10 yards.
Yes,
There's a little discussion out there, but I don't think there's any question about that being a successful onside kick right there.
This is
2 giant plays with 8 seconds taken off the clock.
Well, they had a muddle huddle around the kicker, and definitely confused Rummel. They weren't expecting it, but I got to tell you, this is Brother Martin's season, and they're playing like it. Here it is again.
Comes right out of the huddle. Just a little knock on the football. It's going to cross 10 yards. That didn't touch anybody yet. Boy, it couldn't have been executed any better.
From the Rummel 49-yard line. Full house backfield. First time we've seen that. And this will be West to the left. Cuts in, and he's brought down after maybe a gain of 1 by Herman Thomas.
Things calm down here just a little bit. And Rummel plays their defense as well as it's supposed to be played in that kind of a situation. Look at that, 17 rushes for 131 yards and a touchdown in 1/2 of football.
Yep.
On the side that's losing.
Yeah, he's really good, as I've talked about all season long, showing it again today. Brother Martin on the plus side of the field. 2nd down and 10 from the 49. No gain on the previous play by West. Bonifons will take the snap here.
No doubt going to Singleton here.
To the right, looking for the corner. Might get it, but no, nope. They close fast, don't they? And that's Michael Kennedy and Dontrell Bennett. They just run so well left to right.
Got a Raider down right here, slow getting up, don't have a number. That play started out to look as stretch, and it actually started out as an inside zone look right off the tackle, and Singleton bounced it outside. That may have been a designed bounce type play to keep your linebackers inside, but didn't work as planned because the gain was only 1.5 yards or so.
Yeah, gain of 1 yard, 3rd and 9 from the 48 of Rummel. Shotgun, Bonifant. Stephen calls for the football. Has time. Can't find anyone. Now it just flips it sideways to Singleton. That wasn't very pretty and incomplete.
Now, he had a lot of time back there, but couldn't get anybody open. None of the receivers could shake loose their defenders. And looks like it's going to bring up a 4th down. And
again, Brother Martin selling out. You never know. They could go for it.
I think they are.
I think they're going to punt now.
Here comes the punt team.
And the point is, look, conventional wisdom means nothing here today.
Right.
Brother Martin's facing a team that they've had trouble stopping, and this is their season, and they need the ball.
And some of these guys, you know, after today won't play football again, and it's a hard pill to swallow once the clock runs down. So you want to give them every chance to continue their season.
Rummel's had that 10-man front defensively against punts. End over end, tough one to handle here, but a good job by Franklin, who's handled those very well. Around the 20-yard line, 9:57 to play 3rd quarter. Rummel leads 42-21. First time in the 3rd quarter, leading by 21. Williams shotgun, will run it. Sets up the block, cuts in off of it. Good yardage for Damian. Looks to have a first down at around the 30-yard line. That would be a gain of 11.
Rummel's able up front to really get the corners sealed. And Williams will start inside like it's going to hit between the tackles and then bounce it outside because Rummel's just really doing a good job with their tackles and tight ends there and lead backs as well.
That's all in one half of football that he accounted for.
302 yards
and 3 touchdowns. He's done it running and throwing, passing, 5 of 7, 123 yards, 2 scores. He's now rushed for 179 yards and a touchdown.
They're gonna really miss him when it's time for him to go. I don't know. I don't care who they're gonna replace him with. It's still gonna be tough.
Fulton running right. Fulton swims across the 35 and out near the 38 on the short side of the field. And chain gang member got knocked down. Looks to be okay. That's good news.
Well, he just got a shot of what it's like to tackle or run into a Rummel back. Nothing pretty there. Glad he's okay, though.
As we alluded to early in the broadcast, we expected that Rummel would run Williams and Fulton all day because their other backs are hurt here.
Yeah.
Phillips, who's not carried the ball, played 1 play, and in Phipps. So it's been Damian Williams and Keith Fulton show here today. Rummel gained 8, 2nd and 2 from the 38. Nice fake by Williams, looking for a lot of deep routes. There's Carter, my goodness. Big man catches it, and he's got it to the Brother Martin 41 and a first down. Man, I've run out of superlatives. I've sung his tune long enough, but I guess I better keep doing it. He's special.
You can just throw the ball up there nice and high to him and not worry about it being overthrown. A really good play fake by Williams here. Looking to his left and then coming off to his second receiver, Carter right there. And that ball's, what, 10 feet up in the air maybe?
Mm-hmm.
It's nice and high, and he's able to get up with all that gear on and pull it back down like it's nothing.
27 yards. And a first down. And a running play left will get him to about the 37-yard line. It's going to be about 4 more yards on the carry.
Just pounding it inside again with Williams. No special tricks there, blocking their very base offense here. And I tell you, when you've got a guy like that carrying it behind that offensive line that's so big and strong and well coached, man, just what's the answer? How do you stop it?
2nd down and 6 from the 37-yard line. 7:50 in counting 3rd quarter. Rummel up 42-21. This is Fulton. Got the corner sealed. Used the block. Goes down at about the 30. So Keith Fulton for 7 yards, and they'll move the chains again.
He really makes it look easy here. He's a talented back, and he's, again, got those swivel hips. he's able to pick up a few extra yards after the hit, but makes some special open field runs, makes a defender or two miss, and just a very, very balanced football player.
Yeah, they've got the line of scrimmage blocked so well, though. You can see as soon as he got the handoff, the corner was already secure.
Yeah, they're sealing that corner and doing a really good job of it. He's probably got the rest of Louisiana that's had film on these guys scratching their head already.
Williams by himself will run it left. He's got a lot of blockers. Boom! Oh my goodness, he punishes tacklers. My goodness.
Again, how do you stop him? I mean, really, you hit him up high? I guess you have to, because hitting him low is just not going to happen for you. Getting up underneath his pads, he's just going to drop his shoulders here. No surprise there that he's keeping it. And watch him lower his shoulders right there. And his knees are coming up nice and high, too.
Damian Williams at 201 yards rushing now in this game and 160 passing. And we're nowhere near done. 1st and 10 Raiders at the Crusaders' 12-yard line. And Fulton right. Nice block, nice cut. Look at Fulton to about the 2. So Keith Fulton, again, that one-cut runner. He just reads, makes the cut. Of course, it helps when you get the kind of blocking he's got.
Yeah, and I'm watching the guards turn the corner and lead up in there, and that's a tough thing to do. Whenever you pull a guard, you're getting him out in space against normally more talented players, and their guards do a good job of cleaning that up and paving the way, so to speak.
1st and goal at the 2. Here's Fulton. Easy touchdown for the Raiders. So Keith Fulton scores untouched off the right side, and the Raiders lead at 48-21.
Nothing fancy again. They're just running that off-tackle power and bringing the guard around, leading the way like we just said a second ago. But there's a good look at Fulton right there. What a player.
His 3rd touchdown of the game. And now Zach Billette to try the extra point. Out of the hold of Jordan Namey. Good snap, good spot, and the kick is up and right through there. So 5:41 to play, 3rd quarter. Rummel 49, Brother Martin 21 on the first NBC Prep Football Showcase. Here's Billette to kick it off. 8-play, 81-yard drive for Rummel. 4:13 off the clock, and they score again. At the goal line, he's in the end zone. Touchback. Johnston on a half yard from having another crack there, and that's disappointing. For Brother Martin, they'll start from their own 20. Here's a look at the upcoming events at Archbishop Rummel, brought to you by personal injury attorney Troy Keller. For more information on Rummel events, visit their website at rummelraiders.com. Brother Martin starting from their own 20-yard line with 5:41 to play in the 3rd. For Brother Martin, it's been all about big plays. They haven't sustained anything. They've had 3 gigantic plays to score on in this game. And this time trapped and dropped for big losses. Singleton, great penetration by the Raiders. And nowhere to go. And guess who? That time it's Matthew Kennedy, the outstanding defensive lineman, who crashed through and dragged him down.
He read an opening in front of him and just jetted through it right there. And that's something with your zone blocking that you've got to be able to pick up. But, man, he was almost looked like he came through untouched. Did a good job of reading the front, finding his open gap, and hustling through it.
Loss of 4 to the 16. 2nd down and 14 for the Crusaders. I formation. Like to see a play fake here. Wide side, right side of the field. Bonifants will play fake. Under some pressure, he's going to get it off. Dangerous throw, and all kinds of white shirts in the area. Incomplete. He just wanted to try to get rid of that ball. Dwayne Eugene of Rummel was all over the intended receiver for Brother Martin, who was Brad Becknell.
Both receivers got tangled up with 4 defensive backs, so they had that very, very well covered. Looks like they got their feet all tangled together, and he has a little bit of time right here, but Kennedy given that offensive front a whole lot to deal with.
Michael
That's a
Kennedy
nice job with the scrape by Kennedy coming off the corner there.
By the way, we should mention too that the 41-yard touchdown pass earlier in the game was a penalty on Brother Martin too, and ineligible downfield is the call. Rummel will decline it, but the touchdown pass by Singleton was the first touchdown pass of the season for Brother Martin.
Well, it reminds me of my playing days. I don't think I don't know. I don't remember us throwing a touchdown pass. We certainly ran a lot of them, but like I said, we threw more in one practice than we did in the entire season, and that was only because we had to. But those were different days for sure.
Marvelous coach.
Absolutely.
Great program. Here's Singleton wanting to throw. He's always a threat to running. He'll find the weak side. That's going to work for him. Singleton cuts back. Can he get to the marker? He's right near it. Great
Close.
run
Looks
by
like
Singleton.
Going to be a little bit short here.
Maybe a half a yard. But anytime he's back there, you cannot lose contain because he will do that.
Absolutely not. We got a player down here. Crusader looks like
Clapp, but he's up fortunately and he's walking. But this is what he can do. He'll reverse field. He felt it right away and said, look, there's nobody over here. Let's go this way.
Pull it down, switch directions. Here he comes. Nice little move right there. But credit Kennedy for staying after the play. I mean,
he's been all over the field in this game. He's been Rummel's best defensive player in this game and their leading tackler on the season.
He runs real well, and this is William down. I'm sure it's nothing serious. Hopefully it's just a
cramp,
pulled muscle or something like that. Yeah, he's been having some back problems earlier on in the year, and he's been fighting through that. And I think that's probably what it is right here. His back's probably locking up on him a little bit, or a hamstring.
He's rising now. It's going to be a 4th and 1 situation at the 29. There was a 13-yard run, and why not?
You got to go get it.
Why not go for it here?
I mean, 4 minutes and 29 seconds left.
It doesn't matter where Rummel gets the ball.
Right.
They're not going to stop him. I mean, they haven't shown the ability to do it.
I think they punted once today, and
they did.
That's been about it. But yeah, I think you need to go get it right here. You know, earlier on in the year, they were fooling with the idea of playing Clapp and Hofeld right next to one another on the same side of the ball and running behind them. I haven't seen that today, and we certainly won't see it here on 4th down because Williams is going to have to come out for at least a play.
Yes, William Clapp will come out. Brother Martin will come back on the field with their offense, as we surmised, on a 4th and 1, and Jared West will be in the backfield. Bryce Johnston on the field. I like when they got all 3 of them on the field at the same time.
I do too. You really need to play all 3 of those guys at one time.
Gives the defense a lot to contend with. On 4th and 1, Singleton will try to sneak it. I don't know. I don't think he got there. I think the Rummel defensive front stopped him. It depends on the mark, but I do not believe he got there. Rummel just won the surge up front, and the white shirts simply would not let him get there. Big Stanley Franklin on the bottom of the pile for Rummel. And Matthew Kennedy, those two have been very good, and he did not make it. So no gain, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. That's the right call there.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like he ducked down and was trying to sneak through the A gap right there, and Rummel had the A gaps both loaded, and they were lower than the Brother Martin offensive front. So you're not gonna make that. I think he probably would have had a little bit better shot going over the top, but again, you got linebackers crowded to the ground right there. I mean, crowded to the line of scrimmage there.
So Rummel will start from the Brother Martin 29-yard line. Short field to work with. Williams in shotgun wants to throw, and he'll throw the comeback route to Dunbar. Looks for a block. Got it. Dunbar gets it past the 20 and down to about the Brother Martin 17. Stephen Dunbar, really good athlete at 6'2", the junior, and a good basketball player as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, you mentioned last week he's a basketball player also. Comes in on the tunnel screen right here. Nice throw by Williams, setting his feet and just throwing a nice easy ball out there, and he is certainly a big target to hit. Nice downfield blocking too by the Rummel offensive front.
So a first down for the Raiders. A 12-yard pickup to the 17. Williams, there's Dunbar again. Inside the 10, close to a first down around the 7.
Working the passing game here with Williams a little bit. Maybe trying to keep the ball out of his hands from running it, and kind of soften things up for him a little bit because he needs to be fresh starting next week, and all these guys do.
Well, You might remember last year Rummel beat Brother Martin week 10, and Williams got hurt in the game.
Yeah.
And he couldn't run it all anymore the rest of the way, and he still, on one leg, took Rummel to the quarterfinals.
And when you're carrying the load for this offense like he has done, and you're getting hit as many times, it's a wonder, you know, that he's able to make it through a full season.
Here's Fulton. He's had a big game, continues that as he pounds it inside the 5 and down to about the 2, and a first and goal for Rummel on a gain of 6.
You know, the Rummel offensive front is as athletic as anyone's offensive line. Normally, you know, offensive linemen get a knock on being just the big, heavy kids who can't get out of their own way. Not these folks. And Brother Martin's line is the same way on offense, athletic up front.
First and goal from the 2. Here's Fulton running left. Look at the blocking. No chance to stop him, and a touchdown for Rummel as Keith Fulton scores his 4th touchdown of the game, marching off the left side and into the end zone.
Looks like a flag came in late.
Yeah, I think it was a late hit when he was about 2 or 3 yards deep in the end zone.
Going to be on Brother Martin. They just signaled it that way. But, you know, they're going to keep playing hard. They really will. Brother Martin will. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. They've been playing hard up to this point. And I think it all goes into your preparation, even though things aren't working out for you the way that you want them to. A good sign of character, as Bob Conlon used to always talk about, is playing from quarter to quarter and play to play and from start to finish. And these guys will do that, and that's something to build on for later on, most certainly.
Extra point attempt forthcoming from Paulette. He's been perfect today. Namey the holder. Got to believe Jordan Namey's going to play in this game, as he played quite a bit for Rummel earlier in the season. Backup quarterback who does a good job.
Yes, and you never know when you're going to have to rely on him, so it's a good opportunity to get some snaps in for your younger guys. And I would think at this point he's probably, depending on what the outcome of this next drive is.
Right, exactly.
You know, he's probably going to start substituting his people into there for a couple of reasons.
So Rummel now leads at 56-21, and here's a look at the upcoming events at Brother Martin, brought to you by Dr. Win Russo General Dentistry. For more information on Brother Martin events, visit their website at brothermartin.com. There's Zach Paulette. He's got to be worn out.
He's putting them all in the end zone with the exception of the one that Johnston returned for a touchdown.
Well, they've scored. Rummel's had 8 touchdowns in this game, so he's kicked off 9 times, counting the kickoff to start the half as well. And, of course, the 15-yard penalty on the personal foul in the end zone will allow him to kick off from the 45 here.
They just boot this one through the uprights and line up and play defense.
Yep. It's only the second penalty on Brother Martin, 18 yards. Rummel's had just 1 penalty for 2 yards.
That's really good, and as opposed to last week where Rummel was penalized all too frequently.
And Paulette will simply knock it through the end zone. Well, we said last week, if this Rummel team harbors hopes of getting back to the Superdome, which they were in 2009, they'll simply have to eliminate mistakes, the kind they made last week. They were clearly the better side a week ago, but they kept Jesuit in the game, gave them a real chance by making a lot of mistakes. We haven't seen those kind of mistakes here in this game. I'm sure Jay Roth would tell you, yeah, we made a mistake on covering a kickoff, or we made a mistake on a sucked-up pass play, but we haven't made the kind of mistakes that will get you beat.
No, exactly, and then they're playing their offense and defense and their special teams the way they're supposed to. Very few penalties this week. Last week they made enough for 2 or 3 ball games, and you know, this is a result of, I'm sure, them coaching it up during the week and really making the players understand this is going to cost us later on.
See Trey Berner in at linebacker for Rummel on this series. Here's Singleton on a keep left, and he's going to run into a bunch of white shirts again. And there's Stanley Franklin again, the big guy. He was there along with Berner, and also for Rummel, number 7, Dwayne Eugene, to stack up Singleton and a gain of 2. It's really been kind of a strange game in the sense that in their base defense, Rummel's done a pretty good job overall. So they've just given up the 2 big plays.
Yeah, exactly. They have played well on defense. William Clapp's back in the game, by the way. Looks like
good news.
Not a real big injury. Probably again just the back kind of freezing up on him a little bit.
2nd and 8, Brother Martin at their own 22. Johnston, the motion man. And this is a good run for West, who's got it out to about the 29. So he picks up 7.
He's going to be close with a really manageable 3rd down situation here as the clock winds down, getting close to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, again, Brother Martin has a good offensive line. They can run the football. They just haven't had that other component this year. And, of course, quarterback being hurt, too. Alex Migliore certainly didn't help.
Right. And, you know, and if you're one-dimensional on offense, that's one story, as long as you're really good on defense. Back to the wishbone days, back to the days where people didn't throw it much, or if that was it, they threw it all the time and didn't run it much. But you've got to be good on the other side of the ball to be able to get away with that one-dimensional attack.
On 3rd and 1, Singleton keeps. He'll get the first down and more. Singleton to the races. He could go. Singleton 40, 30. Touchdown saving tackle at about the 23 by Tolliver. And there's another big play for Brother Martin on the run by Jabbar Singleton.
Really good job of finding his avenue here and getting through and then popping it and bouncing it kind of to the outside. Showed some nice speed there and getting away. Good angles by the Rummel secondary to stop the touchdown. And we're going to move into the 4th quarter. Here comes Singleton right, kind of wiggles his way through there and then pops into the 2nd level. And that's all you need for this guy, just get him into the 2nd level. Hard thing to do.
End of 3, Rummel on top, 56-21 with Brother Martin threatening on the first NBC Prep Football Showcase. The 4th quarter of today's game is brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating, your local paint store with 6 locations in southeast Louisiana. Let Helm's home team steer you in the right direction. Well, Jabbar Singleton has now rushed for 192 yards against this terrific Rummel defense, as you see Boudreaux getting ready to be called on. He hopes to be called on soon. Brother Martin threatening at the Rummel 22 to start the 4th quarter. 56-21 Raiders comfortably ahead. And Brother Martin continuing to press this Rummel defense.
Still fighting all along the way. The ball game's not over. Still got a quarter left to play, and they're going to play it all the way through.
Full house backfield, bringing Johnston into it as well. And Singleton down.
Oh, he almost got away from that.
Big Stanley Franklin. It's hard to get away from him.
No doubt. No doubt. He is a big player with some great feet. Had a heck of a game last week against Jesuit. And, you know, I'm sure these guys are ready to get off the field today.
Loss of 6 yards on the play, and Big Stanley Franklin messed it up.
His foot got him. Otherwise, Singleton was going to stay up. Nice balance.
Rummel happy to have Stanley Franklin back. Next year, he'll get some collegiate attention. 6'1", 280, and a junior. Snap it. On the read, Singleton wants to look for Seward, and pressured, though, and he'll have to run to the boundary. Rummel had that one covered pretty well, and Singleton has to run out of bounds and does.
Smart decision getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. He had one receiver that he was going to that was covered, double covered, I might add, on that. So they weren't going to get burned on that again, let's put it that way.
Dontrell Bennett was back there in very good coverage with help from Dwayne Eugene. So a loss of 1, 3rd and 17.
Long way to go. They need to, of course, they need a touchdown. Field goal's just not
sure, they're going to be in 4-down territory either way. Yeah. 3rd and 17, Singleton.
Going to sprint to his left here. Rummel knows it.
Not quite there. Would have been a short game, but couldn't quite set his feet to make that throw. Incomplete, 4th down.
No, that one hopped up. I know he wants that one back, but here we go, 4th down. Brother Martin sending out, I guess it's a field goal unit. I don't know.
I don't think they're going to punt. Now it's going to be Boudreaux to try a field goal. So this will be about a 45-yard field goal, maybe 46. We'll see where they spot it. It will be 44. They're going to spot this only 6 yards deep, so it's kind of shallow, isn't it?
Or a fake field goal.
Could be a fake. 44 yards if they try it. Mitchell Boudreaux. Rummel playing safe defensively.
Nope, they're going to let him kick it, and it's going to be
that's
short.
not going to get there by any stretch. And Franklin fielded it, and here he comes. And Brother Martin was sleeping, and now they're going to say no, can't take a touchback. Cross the goal line. Okay, cross the goal line, and now after the play, you got all kinds of hitting going on.
A little frustration.
Flags come down, and Get them away. That's a smart move on both parts. Get them out of there.
Flag was thrown, though. I believe it's going to be on Jeremy Vathy, senior from Brother Martin.
So they'll sort this out and figure out what they want to do with this.
Mark Bonise is going to have something to say about this. Looks like it should have been on both sides, actually, but Vathy got up a little bit late, unsportsmanlike against Brother Martin.
Well, they're talking it over. I think it might be both ways, and it's just as well. And if that's the case, play on. And it really wasn't much, frankly, what I saw. Just pushing going on. That was it.
Right. No punches were thrown.
No. If you are interested in purchasing a DVD copy of today's game, send an email to prepdvds@aol.com. A representative of DW Productions will contact you with more information. So it's going to finally go over to Rummel after the missed field goal with 10:48 to play. Raiders leading this game 56-21.
It looks like we're going to have some wholesale substitutions here for the Raiders. Vathy, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm looking at the field position, and they've marked this penalty off against Rummel because it's at the 10-yard line. A missed field goal would have been at the 20. So they marked a 10-yard penalty off against Rummel.
Well, maybe they're calling it a delay of game because he tried to return it, take it out from the end zone. They're going to stop play here again and find out what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought it was both ways that they signaled, but apparently not. And it is Jordan Amy and a quarterback and a whole new offensive line for Rummel as well. And a new running back in the game for Raiders. That's the freshman, Israel Tucker. Very fast.
Well, this is an exciting time for those young kids to get in and take some snaps here.
As Jordan Amy done a solid job this year when called upon to play. The junior. And he'll run young Israel Tucker. Watch the speed of this kid. He's very fast. Freshman. Runs through a tackle and gets near the 30-yard line.
Well, he hit the hole nicely there. Just the off-tackle power that they've been running all night. Just doing it now with the second unit. But it's fun when you see these young guys get in and get a chance to play. One, it keeps your starters on the bench to rest up and heal up. And number two, a lot of these guys, they're going to have a little bit more of a bounce in their step on Monday when practice resumes.
Well, Tucker is their fast. He's their fastest back. He's got real speed.
And a freshman.
And he's a freshman. Well, you never know how much they're going to grow. You're just never sure about the size, but he sure does have the speed. A good look at Israel on 1st and 10 from the 30 after the 10-yard run for a first down.
He's probably just 14 years old, maybe 15 as a freshman.
Nice
and there
blocking,
he goes
and
again.
Israel pops off the left side and crosses the 35 to about the 37. So the second-string offensive line doing a good job as well.
Yeah, sure are. Very well coached. They're doing a good job up front, and always have been well coached up front there. And of course, that's a big part of your success and a big part of being able to advance in the playoffs. Here's Tucker again right here on the replay, just taking it right. Really nice vision there too, wiggling his way through a fairly tight gap.
Second down, 3 yards to go after the 7-yard gain for Tucker to the 27-yard line. And Israel will get it again, and he gets the first down, shows some quickness, eludes a tackle, gets to the 34. That's 7 more.
That's a fresh set of legs in there, and a fresh set of legs full of excitement right now that he's getting some snaps here on the varsity level in a district game in the 10th week of the year.
Jay Roth, of course, with his, we watch it again, really well blocked play and give him space to run. Jay assisted by Eddie Jacquillard, Joey Bowe, Vance Andre, Lee Roussel, Corday Hankton, Chris Kennedy, Dominic Billich, Nick Monica.
Yeah, it's a fine staff he's got there, and a lot of those guys have been around for a while and been together on the same staff, so that certainly adds to your success. And there's Israel Tucker
again, and Tucker's running bigger than he is. Look at him go, and he bounces out for another first down, it appears, to the 45. Now, he's not big. He's just a freshman, but he's running bigger than he is at 5'6", 146.
Well, he's just now starting to hit his growth spurt, I would think, and he's going to spend 4 years in the weight room with Coach Roth, who puts a whole lot of emphasis on that for his players from a performance standpoint and from an injury prevention standpoint as well.
So Rummel with 3 straight first downs, running Israel Tucker 4 straight times. How many more can he carry here? He's got to be getting a little bit tired.
He's not going to ask to come out,
No
I'll
way.
tell you that.
1st and 10 Rummel at its own 45. 7:15 and counting. They're going to sneak Namey. There's the answer. And Jordan got a good push from the offensive line, and he just plunges ahead to about the 49. How about this backup offensive line? They're looking pretty good.
They really are. They're fresh, coming in there. Again, well coached. You're going to be playing with a lot of these guys next year. Of course, they had a full JV season under their belt, which really helps develop your younger players. You know, getting that Saturday and Sunday morning work done, getting your chance to shine for JV football, and it kind of gives you a read on what's coming up next.
See Zach Bernard in there. He's played quite a bit this year when other players were injured, so he's had experience and done a good job.
And they're running their very simple plays on offense here. Nothing complicated up front, so they can get some work at some very basic tools.
This time, Brother Martin
assignments.
stacks up Tucker. They're going to stop him for about a 2-yard loss. That's a good job by the defense in front of the Crusaders to get him on the ground. And Christian Bailey is one of those there for Brother Martin.
Yeah, front's, you know, they've been through a lot this year. This defense has been a learning experience for them. A new defense, new defensive coordinator, new defensive scheme, as opposed to a year before in the last few years. So
see if Rummel tries to run wide here on 3rd and 6. They've run everything inside up until now on this series.
Stretch into the Rummel boundary is what it looks like it's going to be by formation. With the fullback offset that way, using every bit of the clock here, trying to end this.
You just run Tucker right, cuts back, got a first down. Yep. Well blocked play again. And Tucker reading those blocks well, gets it done.
I tell you, this is officials need to really step in here. There's a lot of extracurricular activity going on out there. Frustration on the Brother Martin side. And a little bit too much aggression on the Rummel side. Needs to settle down just a little bit.
You got guys that don't play normally getting a chance. They're enthusiastic, and you got other guys that are frustrated with the situation.
They want their name called out during that film session tomorrow morning in a very positive way.
Right, play to the whistle.
Yep, sure.
Just don't play after the whistle.
Right.
There you go. 8 yards to the Brother Martin 43. Tucker running well, 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Namey. Run Tucker again, hesitated that time, and a good job to knock him down.
And that's what happens if you get a little problem at the point of attack, and it causes the play to hesitate just a bit. Your linebackers are able to jump up in there and make the play, and that's what happened exactly right there.
So Israel Tucker, 7 carries on this series. He's run the ball 7 of the 8 plays, and this time a good job by the Brother Martin front.
Yeah, making it stop, making him move from side to side, and your linebackers come in.
It's Anthony Chiano made the stop. 2nd and 10. Rummel at the Brother Martin 43. Winding that clock down toward 4 minutes to play. The kind of drive they wanted to put this one away. And this time a pitch. Tucker with that speed will get to the corner, cuts back wisely, and a good run.
Looks like the defensive end was grabbed there. I didn't see a flag come out. But grabbed there, he was able to turn the corner. So Rummel tight end may have gotten away. Well, nope,
no, they called it.
I thought he might have gotten away with something there, but anytime you can turn the corner that easy with the defender kind of flailing his arms to get away, you'll usually get that call.
Spot foul. This will end up being about a 12-yard infraction. Yeah. So measured off from the Brother Martin 45. It'll go all the way back to the Rummel 45.
And Rummel still keep the ball and the clock moving.
So a 12-yard penalty. That's the 3rd penalty on Rummel, 24 yards in the game. And it's now 2nd down and a long way to go. 2nd and 22. Rummel at its own 45. They'll just keep it on the ground here regardless of the down and distance.
And Namey's going to take it down to about the 5-second mark before he snaps the ball here.
And he'll pitch it to Tucker right. Got a good block. Nice cutback, but he slipped as he made the cutback and gets about 4.
Made a good choice to take it back up inside. Brother Martin defensive front set the corner to turn it back in. And Tucker was able to turn it back inside, get a few positive yards out of it. And now you've got a big 3rd down. I'm sure they're going to keep it on the ground here.
5-yard gain to midfield. They'll snap this ball with under 3 minutes to play.
Taking Tucker out of the ball game.
So
and they're going to have 12 in the huddle there. They're going to go ahead and call a penalty on this, I would think.
Sure. Well, they haven't broken the huddle yet. They got the man off. Now Namey will line up in shotgun, and you know he's going to run the ball himself here because he's the only guy back there, and they're not going to throw the ball, I don't think.
I don't know if they're going to have to call a timeout here. Yeah. They were about to get penalized. clock was running down to almost nothing.
Right.
They weren't ready to snap it.
So with 2:50 to play, Rummel gets the timeout. We'll take the break as well. 56-21 Raiders on the first NBC Prep Football Showcase. And it's third down for Rummel. 17 yards to go from midfield. Namey will simply run it himself to the right and finds a little crease. Nice hard run for about 7. And it will be fourth down at about the Brother Martin 43-yard line on a gain of 7. Today's play of the game is brought to you by Causes with locations in Harahan and Lakeview. What a run by Keith Fulton here.
Watch him go. This is the one we kept looking at before where he changes his speed right here, sets up his blocks. A heck of a football play right there. And Rummel had several football plays today that were exceptional, that certainly being the best of them, but there's a lot of votes for number 2 for the second best play out there, I'm sure.
So many big plays in this game, you could have picked just about anything.
Yeah, you really, I kind of like the ball that Williams threw to the corner. That was a good one. You can pick almost any run by Damian Williams, and Fulton as well.
Yep. Just a lot of good stuff there as we've seen a lot of big plays. Very exciting for fans to watch on both sides today, but of course Rummel has had much the better of it, and they're going to be undefeated district champions. Nothing new for Jay Roth and the way his teams have performed over the years.
And they're going to keep that number 1 seed, number 1 statewide ranking, and again, deservedly so. Just a really, really good football team. This could be their year, Ken.
Paulette to punt it away for the Raiders. Brother Martin with a single safety deep. Zach with a lot of time. This is a very high, wobbly spiral fair catch called for, taken by Douglas at about the Brother Martin 16-yard line with 2:28 to play in the game, and Rummel in command, 56-21. This copyrighted telecast of the first NBC Prep Showcase may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of DW Productions and WHNO TV.
Rummel defense coming out with a lot of clean jerseys. So a fresh bunch in there right now.
And Brother Martin would like to get one more score on the board before this one's over if possible.
Sure.
First and 10 of their own 16-yard line with 2:28 to play. And they're going to go for it.
Hit the pump and go for Seward right there, and nothing going. Ball came out of Bonafon's hands a little bit awkward just now, but tried to get him on a pump and go, and nothing doing.
Ashton McCray, a senior there for Rummel, was the backup, and Austin Vance there as well, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they're going to try like heck not to get anything behind them here. They don't want to give up anything late. You don't want to add a perfect game like this, add a score to a game like this that they've played so well.
Well, the only completion they've had was the 41-yard touchdown pass singled into Seward.
To Seward.
On 2nd and 10. Keep it on the ground with Singleton here to the corner, and a good job of coming up and shutting it down by Vance. For the Raiders, Austin Vance, along with 23, Michael Mosley, who's a sophomore.
Well, Brother Martin now looking at a 3rd down and about 4 or so here with the clock clicking down to under 2 minutes. And here's Bonifant's taking the snap on the stretch play to Singleton, working right out here to the boundary. And he was tackled in bounds, so that clock's going to continue to roll.
Singleton has advertised today. He's rushed for 191 yards and a score. He's passed for a touchdown. On 3rd and 4 from the 22. And Singleton is going to find some running room. I made a great move. Singleton with a first down out to about the 38. Beautifully done by Jabbar Singleton. That will put him over 200 yards in this game.
Really nice move to the outside and then breaking it back underneath. Boy, he is a special player. I really hope he considers playing college football because he is a treat to watch.
Yeah, he's at 207 yards rushing now with Singleton.
207 yards. And
27 carries unofficially. To the 38-yard line. Drop the snap. Bonifons will fall on it. That will slow things down for the Crusaders offense.
Yeah, young quarterback in there. Of course, he's not young anymore. He's taken a whole lot of snaps this year, and I think he's probably the guy they're going to hang their hat on later on as he continues to mature, but they're really going to have to throw the ball.
Under a minute to play now. He was able to get back on the ball here. 2nd down and 11 as we're down to 40 seconds and counting.
This will be Singleton's probably last carry right here.
To the outside, hit and dropped. Good job by Rummel's 23, Michael Mosley again.
We're down under 30 seconds now, so they might get one more snap off if they decide to call anything. It doesn't look like they're going to even call a play here.
So a 6-yard gain for Singleton to the 43. And Brother Martin may run another play, may not. Rummel's going to emerge victorious, undefeated season. No doubt the #1 seed in the playoffs in 5A. They will get one more playoff, and Singleton one more time to the corner. Makes a cut, crosses midfield, gets a 1st down, and he's down to the Rummel 45, and this game is over. So the Rummel Raiders have taken care of business here this afternoon as they handle the Brother Martin Crusaders by the score of 56-21. As they finish 9-0 and a perfect 4-0 in District 9 5A. Brother Martin at 4-5 and 1-4 in the district. Back in just a moment on our postgame show of the first NBC Prep Football Showcase.